J Squad.
We gotta find now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue.
Yo, welcome play to the channel. Let's go.
Now what do we do?
Let the slop flow.
That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. The program. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue.
Yo, how is everything going, guys? Welcome to a beautiful Wednesday. The slop keeps coming, the slop never ends, and we stay filled here today. What's going on? Ready? Yes, Clay, always. I love to interact with chat. It's easy right now because I'm small, so I got a few people in here. So welcome. I hope you enjoy the slop today. It should be a lot of fun. I think I got the issue fixed where I can actually play this game in the background while we're watching videos. Uh, I'm telling you, I'm loving this game. There's a lot of people that are hating on it for different reasons, and I think I'm going to say this. I think the argument that people make against this game is a bad argument because most of the people don't understand the quote that they're using for it. So, the quote that I always hear people saying is this game is a jack of all trades, but a master at nothing. And I agree with that. There's a lot of janky mechanics. There's a lot of old mechanics. There's a lot of mechanics from other games, right? They put everything in there. You can build your village. You can go fight people. There's, little quests, animal husbandry, all of that. But the thing people don't realize is when you're saying that quote, the full quote is, God damn, I already forgot what I was saying, is jack of all trades, master of none, but usually better than a master of one, right? So the game, I think that speaks for this game compared to a lot of others that have spoken about it, because yeah, it's not really great at everything. It's mid on some things. I think it's pretty good on some things, but it's a playground that people are enjoying, and I think that's why it's been so successful. But anyways, on to the slop. We had a couple of topics to talk about today. Maybe we'll get to watch something else. We'll see. It depends, because not a lot of the videos and the things I have are very long. But as we know here, I like to yap when I eat up my slop. So let's begin with the Antiwokes. So the new model came out for what was it, Anran from Overwatch. Now I'll flat out say I'm a tourist when it comes to Overwatch, right? I'm not going to pretend that I'm a huge Overwatch fan. I've never been into the game even since its inception. I'm not a multiplayer FPS kind of guy generally, except for like Ark. And I just never got into it. My sister did, her husband did, things like that. However, I can talk on subjects like model changes and things like that, especially when the tourists of the Antiwoke jump in on it. So if you're not familiar, back in February, there was, the new characters dropped, and one of them in particular, Anran, was, Clay. Have you heard of the YouTuber by the name of Tactical Templar? I think he should be somebody you would like to cover, who is Asmongold and Tectone over. Oh yeah, I've heard of old Tactical Templar. We've gone back and forth a few times online. He's kind of boring online though, because the only thing he'll call you is like an ungodly person, or something like that. He should be in my roundabouts. I haven't seen him much though on my feed. I got to get better at going after these smaller guys. Grizzle, what's going on? I personally played Overwatch a while back, but I came back to it fairly recently. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people came to it recently with this big drop. A bunch of changes were happening. They no longer call it Overwatch 2. It's Overwatch again, which I feel like it should have never changed. Like Overwatch 2 was a disaster, in my opinion. Just the way it was hyped up and what was actually delivered. Yeah, that's because he's too busy with Noah or me. Fair enough. Yet it broke Steam records. Yeah. So, this is the voice actor, Faria. Y'all can argue with what it said. I'm terrible with names. She came out and made a statement about this one character. Basically, it looked like every other female Overwatch character with this young, silly little voice. And with that, like she said, the character is supposed to be the older character, the older sister of another character, right? So let's hear her statement, because I want to get into this. We're going to watch Smash JT's take on it. I'm going to do one Antiwoker at a time. So we'll see. Too Mad was exercised from Overwatch, and the game started to get good updates again. Oh fuck, that's a little dark. By the way, apparently Ethan. Yeah, I saw Ethan Klein is suing someone again. That guy has become a pathetic fucking wretch. He was supposed to be the guy that fought for, you know, making videos and speech and all this stuff, and now he's pushing the opposite way. Like I can understand some of the people that he sued. They had it like they set themselves up to be sued, but there's already my big take on all of that, because I don't like talking about Ethan Klein and Hassan all that much and all of those retards, is that there was already methods put in place for him to do something about this, but instead he wanted to be vindictive and sign it up so that he could sue them directly for it, right? So anyway, back to Ferrara. She wasn't happy with it, and apparently a lot of other Overwatch fans were not happy with the character design. So let's see what she had to say back then.
Criticisms, because I agree, and also give grace to the developers, because they're always trying their best in the situation they're in, right? So I wanted to make sure that was there before I celebrated anything myself. So here goes. I got to mourn Anran between the design I had hoped for her and the design we ended up with. Because I think in her comic and the cinematic Elemental Kin, there was a precedent set by it. There was a unspoken promise that said, we're going to challenge the beauty standards plaguing and ransacking media these days, right? The Ozempic chic, the contour your nose, you have no nose, the tiniest nose. And I think because of that precedence, people feel understandably let down. Overwatch is a trailblazer at challenging.
Yeah, you're right, Grizzle. Like, a lot of them tried to say that she was like trying to force Blizzard to do this or that, but Blizzard is the one that gave her permission. She went to Blizzard and made this statement, which is this is like one of the this is like the most non-aggressive statement I've ever heard when it comes to that. Hold on one second. My wife needs my strong muscles. There we go. There we go. It was the beauty standards that they decided to talk about. But yeah, I get it. It's still ironic that she decided to talk about beauty standards after using all this makeup, hair dye, and red contact lenses. Yeah, I could agree with that, EGAD. And I don't understand why she even brought up the beauty standards part to begin with. I have no problem with people with tiny noses. Apparently there are people out there that have problems with this. Well, I think I don't even know what she was trying to say with this. Like, this part of the comment didn't make any sense. But what she wanted they took this, the Antiwokers took this, and they ran with this idea that she wanted to make the character ugly. So, but let's keep listening.
That, right? Of trying to break those molds, of trying to explore the bounds of what it means to be good, what it looks like to be heroic. And I think the result we got says something else. It says something that leaves a bad taste in our mouths. It's not the bold, optimistic swing that we know Overwatch to make, and it's a look that isn't congruent with her personality, right? She looks like the younger sibling. She looks more docile somehow as the fire hero. She looks more docile than the most docile peacekeeping support in the game. And I've been seeing everyone's redesigns, and
I mean, listen to that. If you listen after that, when she gets past that, the beauty standards statement, she's talking about the character being docile, not being fierce enough, different things like that. I forgot to bring up a picture of it, so if someone wants to put it in the Discord, I'll pull up we'll see the changes from what it was to what it has become, I believe, when we're going through here. But it's not talking about making her ugly. She doesn't say we need her to be fat and strong woman.
Quietly bookmarking. But I wanted you to hear that this concern is important. This is a hill worth dying on.
Yeah, the memes were funny because it was same face syndrome. I agree.
It's worth speaking on. Because I believe that the more we speak up about the things that truly matter to us, the more we'll see ourselves reflected in the world around us. The more we'll see our values in the world around us, right? And I want you to know that I shared all of this with the dev team. Not only that, I was encouraged to be as open and honest as possible, to not hold anything back. And it's my hope that this isn't for naught, right? That they see it, they hear it from you all too. And while it's it's not my position to decide what can be done and what gets done about this, I will keep championing it, championing for the version of her that we all wished for, right? And I want you to do the same with boldness, with kindness, and with hopium. Because Overwatch is not an exploration of what the world is. It's an exploration on what the world could be, right? So
now I'll say a lot of this is like kind of cringe to me. It's what the world could be, kind of deal. But I mean, she's trying to up her audience. I just think it's great. I'm sure it hits really hard. I'm sure it hits really hard in the Overwatch community.
Much love if you made it all the way here to the end. I hope you have so much fun playing Anran. I know I am. But
Mike said, played that game once. I thought it was stupid, in my opinion. Yeah, I can never get into it. I don't know.
I'll see you out there.
A little cheesy, but I get where she's coming from. Yeah, that's kind of where I get. So that happened, and the Antiwoke community blew up on it. And it was even days after that. Like from my understanding from people who are in that community, yeah, Savvy was one of them. Like Grizzle was telling me about how, in that community there wasn't like this huge crazy backlash. Everybody was kind of on the same side that it needed to be changed. Wasn't very controversial. But then you add in people like Savvy and all of that other stuff who will just take one word and throw it out of proportion. You got this narrative that was placed on that she wanted to make them fat and gay and all of this other stuff. When yes, Madame Savvy, that's right, Clay. When like, even if you look at Overwatch as a game has been pretty woke for a while, and that hasn't seemed to hurt it in any real way, right? Anti-woke psychosis, I agree. China got lied to in the survey, so yeah, maybe that. So what has happened is eventually she came out, or the Overwatch Blizzard came out and said, hey, we hear your statement. Let's fix this. Now, when me and EGAD talked about this, because EGAD came on with me and we talked about it a little bit, this all feels very manufactured. Almost like when the backlash started to happen over the characters, they worked together to do it. Like Blizzard was already going to make the changes, so they put the voice actor who is also a Twitch streamer out there to make it, to make it a manufactured good thing, maybe to take care of some of the criticism while fixing what they needed to fix. I'm pretty sure that is something that Tectone would crash out about. Yeah. Overwatch is very liberal kind of woke. They're not pushing anything which makes it difficult for anti-wokes to take any stance with. Yeah, it's always kind of been that way, and it's always kind of worked for it, right? The things that hurt Blizzard weren't its woke standards and things like that. It was a lot of what happened with Overwatch 2. And but now, since they've made changes, it's like skyrocketed where Overwatch is doing pretty damn well again. I haven't looked at any numbers on them or anything like that, but the community seems to be doing well. And the anti-wokers have shut up about it, so they must have been looking at the Steam numbers and gone, nothing here. She's Blizz's soft confirmation, yeah. I sent you 2 DMs with the model update and same face video. All right, I'll check it out. I got one of her tweets coming up. Before we watch that one, though, before we watch that one, let's see here. Wait, what is this one? Oh, this is posted by Overwatch. Gave more okay, this one I don't think I have. This is the one that Overwatch gave. Her brother. Okay. Yeah, we'll pull that up in just a second. So, here's the well, actually, we'll go over this one first because it makes sense to kind of go over the changes. So, Overwatch just recently came out. And said, hey, season 2, we're introducing a updated look for Anran. Oh god, I'm gonna butcher that, and Overwatch fans are gonna come fucking condemn me. Manufacture or coordinated outrage is what these losers excel at. Yeah, 100%, Simon. Welcome. Actually, you said like something first. Yes, you did. Yeah. She did fully land as the fiery and fierce sister of Wu Yang. I almost said Wu Tang. That we hoped she would. With this update, our team is focused on strengthening our resolve, and then you can kind of see the changes. Evolution reflects creative intent and the care we've taken in shaping the hero. See her rise from the ashes when season 2 starts April 14th. So, here's the big one. This is the face before. This is the face after. They gave her a more confident pose. We focused on eyes and eyebrows. These aren't huge changes, but I can see where people might like this one better with her, I guess her face is a little bit more edge. They got rid of the puffy cheeks. Hair's the same. Yeah, it's very subtle. But this one is like a cutesy smile, where this one looks a little bit like fiercer, I would say. My main complaint was that the face doesn't look like the original reveal. Is it still not the original reveal? Well, then we have to see what Faria said. I want to go back to this one tweet, though, because I forgot to mention one thing. So their big thing with the Antiwokers is they're trying to say that they're uglifying women. So I love this game. Thank you for listening, devs. And then right down here, they're going to make her even hotter and cooler. I just know it. So it's already... You just sent me a photo of... Oh, yeah, I agree with you. So here is... Let's do some comparisons. No, not there. Boop. So here's the original. This is what the cartoon said. Oh, look, Kata. So this is what they were looking for, right? Where this looks like a bunch of other Overwatch characters. There was a GIF of someone going through like all the Overwatch characters. It was funny. Now we have this one. Is it closer? I would say so. But should she be, like, I don't know. I haven't read the comic, unfortunately. So that's, like I said, I'm a tourist in this. I think this is closer to this. But it would depend on, I guess, seeing more. It's two still frames, right? Subtle but good, in your opinion? So definitely a step up from this. The whole thing was never political or needed to be. Yeah. Well, that's what the Antiwokers do. They pull it in. So this is where we are. They've updated it to look more subtle. They said they made it. I don't know how they made her look more like him, I guess. Maybe the facial features that I don't see. And then gave her more focus in the look in the eyes. We raised her right eyebrow to look more confident with a smirk. Keep sending them. See, damage is one of my strongest soldiers. Uh-oh. Why did I get rid of X there? Come on. Come on, X. Come on. Come on, X. Boom. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Copy image link. Control V. Let's compare. I mean, if you look from this one right here, yeah, I would say it doesn't look like this character, but it's a different angle. Where's the new one? Where is the new one? Oh, it's under here. I mean, I feel like if there's... I've already seen 2 pictures of her where she's not really smiling. I feel like maybe they should have gone with that. Again, it's an improvement. But the game character, I said the cartoon character doesn't look good, but the game character looks good both. Gotcha. But here's the thing. Some people want the more realistic rendition of it, right? Especially if they base it off the comics. It is kind of weird to go in and strip away and make the character a whole new character. Like, it's pretty egregious with this one. This one, I can say it's closer to it. It all depends really on if the Overwatch fans are happy with it. But let's see a little bit more. So that's the new model that they've said. And my favorite content creator, Smash JT, made a video about it. So I wanted to see if he's going to be honest. I don't think he's going to be. Activist Cope, Blizzard Overwatch, Anran redesign backfires. So, what did she say about it? I'm so grateful for this update. She looks much more like the stronger, older sibling we knew her to be. Thank you, Team 4, and thank you, Overwatch community. Talking more about it in depth on stream tonight. So that's her take, right? My favorite lol call. That's right. That's right. He is that. That's her take. She's pretty happy with the changes. This screams something different. Activists, Cope, Blizzard, Overwatch, Anran redesign backfires. Let's take
Anran in Overwatch, who was complaining about how Anran appeared. And just as a quick refresher, of course, this person is, I don't know, trans, bisexual. I don't know what the
she's just bisexual. She's not trans.
pronoun.
No, I don't even think she's bisexual. She's just gay, right? Either way, it doesn't fucking matter. None of this fucking matters.
It's one of those people, though. They always fall into
one
that
of
category.
those people.
And I don't care to learn them because literally it's all.
Again, there it is, right there in front. Smash admitting he doesn't do research.
Just a mental disability to me. Here's what she has to say.
I'm nervous about this video because I didn't want to not address the elephant in the room, but I didn't.
Yeah, well, Smash has to dehumanize these people. If he does anything else, then he'll just get eaten alive.
Want to step on the devs' toes or speak on their behalf because it's this tightrope in my mind of trying to honor the community and everyone's criticisms because I agree.
Good, Reddy. If you're happy with it and the Overwatch community is happy with the changes, then really there is nothing to worry about.
And also give grace to the developers because they're always trying their best in the situation they're in, right? So I wanted to make sure that was there before I celebrated anything myself. So here goes. I got to mourn Anran between the design I had hoped for her and the design we ended up with. Because I think in her comic and the cinematic Elemental Kin, there was a precedent set by it. There was a unspoken promise that said, we're going to challenge the beauty standards plaguing and ransacking.
Are you going to say anything, Smash, while doing this?
Media these days, right? The Ozempic chic, the contour your nose, you have no nose, the tiniest nose. And
So they want to
go.
challenge beautiful women in media and making them ugly. I'll translate for you because they can't just say it that way because they know it sounds terrible.
And I think
Yeah, and this is the thing that they keep going with, which is bullshit on every standards. Plenty of people in all the LGBT communities love beautiful characters. They goon just as hard as these retards goon. But of course, he's taking that out of context, knowing what her other statements are. This is a blatant lie. It's not. No, it's not even jumping to conclusions. He knows what her other tweet was. Let's see if he pulls it up. Her other tweet even says that she wants her to be even fucking hotter. But he's probably not going to bring that up because that goes against his message.
Because of that precedence, people feel understandably let down. Overwatch is a trailblazer at challenging that, right? Of trying to break those molds, of trying to explore the bounds of what it means to be good, what it looks like to be heroic. And I think the result we got
You're good,
says
Rachel.
something else. It says something that leaves a bad taste in our mouths. It's not the bold, optimistic swing that we know Overwatch to make. And it's a look that isn't congruent with her personality, right? She looks like the younger sibling. She looks more docile somehow as the fire hero. She looks more docile than the most.
I mean, I'm not going to rewatch this whole thing again. She basically is just summarizing that she's complaining to the developers of Blizzard, saying that Anran is too beautiful and you need to make her ugly because this flies in the face of the lunatic cult that I.
So, the retarded liar Smash JT is again saying the same thing. We just went through and saw her other messages on it. We just saw her, positively speak on the new character changes. Yeah, he's sitting here trying to pretend that there's some woke gay agenda in this that is wanting them to be ugly. Never once did she say that. In fact, she said the exact opposite of that pretty much the entire time. And they know this because they went through everything. I do not believe Smash missed that. Yeah, spooky conspiracy theories. That's right, Clay.
praise every day, and we need to start making women in media uglier. That's the long and the short of what she's saying. I miss me with the no, that's not what she's saying. Yes, it is. That's 100% what she's saying, and that's the direction all this has been going down. So we have an update from Overwatch themselves. They said in season 2, we're introducing an updated look for Anran. She didn't fully land as the fiery and fierce sister of Wu Yang that we hoped she would. With this update, our team focused on strengthening her overall presence. This evolution reflects both our creative intent and the care we've taken in shaping the hero. See her rise from the ashes when season 2 starts on April 14th. So because this lunatic lefty cult member voice actor with red hair, tattoos, and nose rings and colored eyeballs.
True, Clay. Yeah, these are the same people who get all excited when it comes to lolicon content. I'd even argue that the people on the more progressive side goon more over attractive characters than this dork. Yeah, I would agree.
Complained about the character's looks. Blizzard was like, you know what? For you, we will redesign this character. So let's see what they did.
Hi, we're nearing the end of season 1, and we're so excited by players' response to...
See, all right, I'm going to stop here because there's one thing I need to talk about. Like, I was talking about how I think that there was, like, some ops being done on in this, because it was said that she had the permission of Blizzard to put this out. So it wasn't her gathering a mob to try and make... Well, one, the trying to make a woman ugly is a lie. So why would this they can hear you, you know that? You know they can hear you, right? That was Mama War over there trying to get in my business. What's going on, Kira? Yeah, it was they were very much working together in the background, but Smash isn't smart enough to know that. Yes, Chibi Reviews would absolutely agree
everything
with Smash.
that was in it, including
If Smash wasn't currently in the lawsuit that is potentially going to fuck over all of his friends, he would be on streams with these guys. But the only people he can really bring on are like Groomer Bit Eric and nobody, right? No one else wants to jump on a stream with him.
5 new heroes. And just last week, we teased Hero 51, who will be coming in Season 2.
My nooks.
I wanted to take a moment to share the updated version of Anran's in-game look. We want our heroes to feel unique, but
They made her more attractive.
Let's take a look here. Not that one. Where is it? Oh, whoa. They're gonna make her even hotter and cooler, I just know it. February 9th. We are at April 8th. The main reason I don't want to talk to him live, but offline instead, is I'm not even in their circle. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I would talk to him live. I want to do it face to face, because if he's going to say some of the insane shit he wants to say, then he needs to fucking step to it, right? Yes, I did it. Yeah, it's. I would want him to stand face to face and tell me some of the shit, because I don't think he would have the balls to do it against anybody who would push back on him. He tends to run and hide from people. He's run and hid from me. He run and hides from people even like K-Med and anyone else who would speak out against him, because he's a fucking coward who wants to sit in his little hovel and lie. This is just, yeah, it's not a culture war thing. And he's already lying here.
I mean, ever so slightly. Not the body, but it's really just her eyes and the eyebrows. Like, it's really...
Here lately, it's all forced. Like, everything that comes out is just forced drama when it comes to them.
So hard to notice if you...
It is damaged. I'm sorry. I just have a grudge against you for all the bacon jokes.
You were, like, not to tell someone that anything changed, they wouldn't even know. That's how subtle the changes are.
also want their visuals to match their personality. And we feel like we didn't quite land that when Anran first released.
So there's the old up top and the new down below. And it's
He used to go on the Side Scrollers podcast, Clay. He's been on a couple of times, and he's done events with them. So, yeah.
just the eyes. The old one had kind of like the Pixar Disney eyeballs. And the new one is just more aggressive eyes. And that's really it. Nothing.
Well, I mean, they reshaped the face, right? They did reshape the face. You can see that. The pose really hasn't changed, but there's a little more to it, but it's not much.
Nothing else seems to have changed. I have a really hard time noticing anything about this, which I find absolutely hysterical. Because you go over the internet...
I imagine that Smash has a hard time looking up in the rain without drowning, so this doesn't surprise me one bit. Gotta love how the AI psychosis victim is trying to critique someone else's artwork. Yes! True!
With the reactions to this, and the lunatic lefties are pissed. They're like, no! We wanted her uglier!
Can you show me those tweets?
Not more attractive, you idiots! What are you doing?
We think she could come across older and that her original version was too innocent and playful. Anran is confident.
I don't think she looks younger and older. I think she looks fat and skinny. Like, I'm not getting like an age vibe from this at all.
Oh, God. Smash, yeah. The face that they had original, when you do like the puffier cheeks and things like that, it's usually focusing towards a younger looking character, where harder lines and things like that in the face can tend to look older. I mean, there's more to it than that. I'm no fucking artist. But yeah, I could see where one looks younger and the other looks like ever so slightly older.
Anran is confident, determined, fierce, and a natural-born leader, and we want her visuals in-game to convey that personality. So we made some adjustments to her face. We focused on her eyes, eyebrows, and mouth, and we moved away from that baby face look and expression to something more sincere and more mature. And Even something like a simple posture change
Smash is losing his mind, Red. He's probably had one too many wines today. One too many box wines today.
can help Anran feel well.
It is. I agree with you, Damage. It is 98% the same face. But that goes back to the idea that this was an op to begin with. People were mad about the face, so they got together with the streamer who voiced her and did this whole shenanigans. Again, if the Overwatch fans are fine with it, then it really doesn't matter. But I do think there was an op in the background.
Or like Anran. We're really happy.
You love to see it
Lucius, what's
backfire
going on?
spectacularly when they're like, I'm not satisfied with this character that
I imagine it comes out Smash is like in an open marriage like Jeremy Poop Hands family. That would be funny. That would be funny. I have more respect for his wife than he does, though. So even though I don't know the woman, I don't know about that.
I'm voicing, we need to make her uglier. They're like, we got you, bro. We'll make her more attractive for you.
Happy with the way these changes turned out.
Oh, are there a bunch of people still asking for the original face? Let's go. Oh, no, that's not in his. We'll go back and look at that in a second.
And also that she has a closer resemblance to her brother, Wu Yang. We have 5 more heroes coming this year, and we want all of them to feel true to who they are. Going through this process has really helped the team dial in this next set of heroes. So please keep sharing your thoughts and enjoy season 2 when it launches on April 14th.
In a weird way, I almost feel like if this is like pre-planned marketing to get people talking about it, to get attention, because the differences really were so subtle. Them like, who cares? How is this like? This is not news.
Has he been a gamer at like any point in his life? Gamers will bitch about every little thing. It does not matter, right? Someone will find a reason to be in opposition of this.
Only reason it's news is because of this crazy lunatic lefty voice actor chick that was angry about her being too attractive. And now it's news because they made her more attractive. It's a Gundam says, complains character is too attractive. Blizzard makes the character more attractive for massive Chinese player base. Profit, Kyle.
Gundam's a moron fucking too. Look, all he does here is read his fucking friend's tweets. Let's see if he actually goes to her tweet and read what she said.
It's no big deal, right? You're just a gooner, Chud. They gaslit, beating their drums loud enough to drown out the screams of the children they saw.
One thing you'll also notice with these dudes is when they post these articles and shit like that, they never post where the article is coming from. They do that for a reason, because it's usually some shitter website out of nowhere, out of like fucking India or Pakistan, that has nothing to do, that just writes shit articles for retards like this to post and pretend there's still this huge DEI push to make women ugly. I like to... Pirate Nation does this all the time. Yeah, but Pirate Nation also steals his content from other tweets, right? That's his whole thing. He never links to what he actually got the tweet from.
Sacrifice. Your standards need to be challenged. See things they them's way or face exile, exclusion. What matters more than inclusion? Overwatch devs agree to redesign Anran after streamer voicing her calls out Ozempic chic. The Overwatch devs have agreed to redesign one of their new heroes after Twitch streamer Fariha Anderson, the English actor for Anran, demanding Blizzard to redesign the character to, quote, challenge beauty standards. The Witcher casting director admits to using her job to affect...
What does this article have to do with anything? This is like, oh, look, this person did it, so it must have been her that did it. Y'all didn't read into any of what actually happened.
Change.
Perhaps as Smash AT has gotten older, those games that he used to enjoy are not just thrilling, they are as they once were. Prep, that's the question he needs to ask himself. Well, the problem is they talk about this better gaming where all women were hotter and shit like that. But like the vast majority of games that came out then, it wasn't this over sexualized womanizing thing. Yeah, there were games that were like that, right? Fighting games were really common in that thing, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, having characters, even over sexualized characters, right, in games. I don't think anyone anymore is calling for games to have to take out the sexual characters, right? Those days are long past us. People just want to make the games they want to make and get over it, right? Yeah, it's the anti-woke agenda.
In viewers and manipulate their unconscious bias. I feel like we need to
Did I say far and skinny? I don't remember saying that. You're making it up, Damage.
challenge what people think of as a standard for beauty. So if you think this is some sort of giant conspiracy theory, just wait, because we are being proven right for how the cult operates. Legacy Killer.
Pattern recognition has failed these people. This, in real time, is the failure of pattern recognition. Even Legacy Killer apparently said the same thing when, without looking up the information. This is just people who don't look up anything. They don't do any research, pretending they go on to they're pretending that there's some kind of news group for gaming.
Genuinely hilarious result, considering some wanted a complete change to her appearance to, quote, challenge beauty standards. Yeah, Blizzard didn't do that. Barely changed it at all. Based on the strong reaction from China with not wanting her changed, maybe not too surprising. And Grumps, it's such a hard cope to claim you won with this change when all they changed was her expression and body stance. You could almost say the eyes are exactly the same. She's just squinting more.
Uh-oh,
In a
Damage
weird
agrees
way.
with
The lips
Grums.
are a little bit longer, but there's almost zero difference. They wanted older, uglier, and Blizzard said, nope. It's one of those situations
It's all
where
made up bullshit.
only money proves that the world is changing for the better. Alex says, brother be so for real, that's still not the same woman. So they're still pissed, by the way. They're still pissed. They're like, no, make her look like this. Stop making her look attractive in the game to sell your game. She needs to look like whatever this was in the cartoon. Oh, here we go. Fariha Copa.
So hold on, was this uglier? Like, really? Oh, she's got a frowny face. She's such an ugly bitch. We're ruining gamings. Oh, these are, you know, gamers and media guys and everything else are all about the source material. It's one of like the biggest complaints when a game is remade or remastered or anything else. And these guys like to complain about it too. But when the Overwatch community wants the character to look like the character from the media that was used to announce her, they suddenly lose their mind. Suddenly lose their fucking mind. It's insane.
Her look like this. Stop making her look attractive in the game to sell your game. She needs to look like whatever this was in the cartoon. Oh, here we go. Fariha coping. So,
Dude, Smash saying this when he has a wife that doesn't look like the one on the right? He has a very normal looking wife. She's a good looking person, but the way he talks about the women in this says that he really doesn't think his wife is good looking. But I guess that's why he AI upscales her sometimes.
so grateful for this update. She looks much more like the strong older sibling we knew her to be. The cope is amazing. She cried about wanting her to challenge beauty standards. They made her more attractive, and she's like, gritting her teeth. Yeah, I'm grateful for this change.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
You see how they just make up shit on this? They haven't paid attention to a single thing that has happened here. It's just literally making up lies to discredit her because mom purple fucking hair or red hair. It's so fucking retarded. It's the dumbest, lowest IQ person that would ever believe this kind of bullshit, right? You have to be drooling because you can't fucking think hard enough. Your brain is fried. You're a fucking I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop before I say something too bad before I call someone a fucking slur. Source material is only a convenient excuse, like the Starship Troopers fan watching the MC to ship with Cameron, who was a dude in the book. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at Starship Troopers altogether, the movie is nothing like the book, right? That's a very extreme case for it. You would almost argue that the guy who made the movie hated the book. Suddenly, back in the day, these people would laugh off the internet, right? They would have been, but now we have a group that believes these dumbasses.
You Team 4, and thank you Overwatch community. Talking more in depth about this on stream tonight. See you there. Could you imagine living in this fake farce of a reality that she's living in right now? This fairy tale where she's pretending to be a...
Dude, that's so ironic with the world that you live in right now. Like, you are in a fairy tale. You're in a fairy tale that you're somehow going to magically get your lawsuit slapped, that you're magically not a harassing retard, that you magically don't fucking use AI to write your wife love letters, right? I wonder if he had to ask ChatGPT to manipulate it enough to get him to say what he wants to say.
Okay, ain't no way she's happy with this. I'm sorry, miss me.
Yeah.
Severus, this is a disaster for them because it made her more
Severus
attractive.
is a fucking
exactly.
moron.
Mellow Pommy.
So it's...
She looks so much better without the baby face. More like her personality is. I'm really happy with this update to her model. Mature and fierce. Look at the cope. The cope. So they just wanted a change. And when there was...
Again, right here. Right fucking here is what she said before even the backlash. Started with the Antiwokes. This is after the backlash started. I love this game. Thank you to the devs and everything else. They're too stupid to even see the op that was happening in the background, right? They're too stupid to see that she went, Blizzard either went to her or she went to Blizzard and said, hey, here's my grievances with this. They worked it out. They're like, all right, you're going to put out a post. Then we're going to put out a post. And then, we'll wait and next season we'll make the changes. And obviously they didn't make a lot of changes. Oh, man. Let's finish out his video.
a change, they're like, good, we gotta change. Even though it went in the wrong direction, they're just like, they listened to us. Our activism worked. There's a difference. So they listened. So my job is done here. Pirate Nation, facial design of Overwatch's Anran gets a major overhaul. I see what you did there, Pirate Nation. What a change. She genuinely looks 10 times better. There is barely any change. People are coping so hard. It's actually comical. This is Video Games Chronicle. Overwatch reveals Anran redesign following player and voice actor backlash. Character has been tweaked to look more sincere and more mature. What are we doing here? She looks better now. We had an activist voice actor, as I showed at the start of this video, complaining about...
I think part of the magic is all of these people making this feel like it's organic and not staged. Yeah, that's very feel like it feels at least organic to the natural person. So they like it. They see their favorite streamer coming out, or a popular streamer of their favorite game come out. And then Blizzard almost immediately comes in and says, hey, guess what? We've heard you, and we're going to make some changes. We're going to do what's right. That's what this whole thing is. And I think that's an argument you could have. It's really not that important but it is kind of a little look-see of how manipulative the gaming industry can be by doing this from behind the scenes.
Her and wanting to challenge beauty standards.
While I never watched Smash, I feel ashamed of myself for watching similar content when I was younger. I mean, I'm right there with you, bud. I used to have, and there are still some beliefs that would fall under the anti-woke belief style that I do have towards different things. But what this is and has gotten worse with is just a complete fucking mess.
Standards. They came back with
Smash does need to be locked up in an asylum just to make sure he can get over his AI psychosis.
making her more attractive because they know where their bread is buttered from China. And they're like, sorry, bitch, sit this one out. We're going to make her more attractive, and we're going to tell you we're changing it because of the backlash. Win-win. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, that is the current situation with Overwatch's Anran. And I think this is the end of the conversation with it, seeing as they're now coping and saying they're happy with this. Well, we all know deep down, they're not. They're going to...
Yeah, he's just saying shit that no one else would believe. Only the lowest brain dead side would actually believe this. Nah. What probably broke the spell for me was Star Wars. All these channels saying they were going to boycott Disney Plus, then Gina Carrero was fired, but never did. Yeah, I mean, well, it's not about that. You look at even games like, there's a couple of games that are out, that came out. Lord of the Fallens was one that they're like trying to champion it and stuff like that, and it didn't do anything for him, and they basically abandoned him until he started signal boosting about his second one, right? He must be a mind reader to know that she's seething, right? Now they'll see that he's signal boosting about the second one when the first one didn't do fucking well. He only sold like 2 million copies and was doing the exact same tactic that the anti-woke go after. Online, he said that he had 6 million players on the game. But sir, that's not copies sold. Isn't that what y'all have to show? So it's all a fucking grift. Smash is 100% a grifter. There is no thing about it. I'm working on something in the background to bring up where we may make my own little video on it to kind of show everyone from beginning to end the grift of Smash JT, right? Honestly, what broke this grift was the fact that a notorious scammer like Grums, who is and was everything wrong with the industry, got involved. I mean, that's with everything. He always says stuff all the time that's just completely tourist behavior, has nothing to do with anything. So another dumb ending to a drama for the anti-woke, another failure in their books because everyone else can see it. Besides his little fans, right? Besides his little fans. Seriously, I was mixed on cancel culture because it did expose some fucked up people, but at the same time, it got out of control. So I'm super against cancel culture in general, just because I don't believe, like, what I consider cancel culture, actual cancel culture, is going for things that aren't involved with it, like someone's job because of something they said anonymously online. Public figures don't generally get canceled, right? It takes a lot for a public figure to get canceled. And even in losing sponsors, if people say what the person's saying and the sponsor doesn't like it, they have every right to drop them. I don't think you should do it. Like, the sponsors should be looking into the people that they're giving money to, but yeah, so that's where we are there. There's no bad tactics, only bad targets. I employ the friends and enemies distinction. See, no, I don't agree with that. Like, if I'm going to stand by and say that cancel culture is bad, I can't turn around and then do cancel culture, right? That's just, it's me going against my morals. And I'm big about sticking to consistency with that. I was against it when the SJWs were doing it to people, back in the day, and I was against it when the Antiwokers started doing it back in the day. I can stay consistent, or recently, excuse me, when the Antiwokers did it recently with Asmongold and everything else. Like, if anything, Asmongold should have been banned off of all channels for the cancel culture campaign that he started and ran. But that's just me. That's just me. So, no one in the anti-woke culture wants to tell the truth about this. They want to use some of her badly worded ideas on beauty standards and all that shit to make up this woke narrative that's getting harder and harder and harder for them to find, right? They want to call games... yeah, the voice actor will survive. They want to call games that aren't woke just because those games are failing. They want to call, everything Concord. They want to do all sorts of stupid shit with things that really don't have anything to do with them. Like, this wasn't a culture war drama. This was fabricated into a culture war drama after the fact. Asmongold used to be a devout leftist until he came out as a free speech warrior. Yeah, absolutely he was. And that's the case with a lot of these people. I mean, we have Tectone saying it under oath that the reason he went to the right-wing grift was because he was losing viewership. And if you look at a lot of these channels, especially the like medium to small channels, or ones around 100K to 200K even, you look at their videos and they are not getting views. They are, getting like 10,000, 20,000, maybe 50,000 when they're sitting at 500K subs. It's clear why they switched to the grift, because they're hoping to get onto that money. And the thing is, where that makes money, and in that is the whales that are involved in these grifts. It's a small amount of people who watch these people's streams, and they tip like there's no tomorrow. They get large tips. You could speculate that some of the tips are suspicious. What will always make me laugh is that these guys genuinely believe they have some sort of effect on gaming industry. Yeah, and they really don't. Just the tip. That's right. They're doing it just for the tip. I laughed when Nere complained about racism with backlash to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Did she have that take about the gay people in it? I was just getting into it with her on X a little bit, because she took that one picture of Fable and attached it to like 3 other games that were considered bad, that were fantasy games, and she's like, all modern fantasy games are the same. And I'm like, yeah, all modern fantasy games are the same. You could take a good game like Baldur's Gate 3 and put it next to that clip of Fable 3, or Fable, I guess is what they're calling it, and it would look the same, because fantasy games tend to have a certain look to them, right? Oh, good old Nure. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Egad's in the waiting room. Come on, let's get in here. What's going on, Egad?
Hey, so something I wanted to add to all this is I think a lot of this, for me anyway, started. When was the whole? I think it was 2018. It was 2018 that a lot of these guys got started. It happened with Kim Belair and doing the GDC thing, where she kind of like let the cat out of the bag, saying, hey, we're actually doing this. We're actually doing the DEI stuff. We're actually doing the forced representation, and it's good. And this is what we're doing. And as soon as people started seeing that got out, a bunch of people kind of like, it was the quote Gamergate 2 movement, where it was like, oh, this is happening. Like, everyone said this wasn't happening. Well, it is. But it's like, but it's good that it's happening. That's what everybody said. So I remember Smash got onto that. I don't know about Tectone getting onto that, but just quite a few people did.
So I don't think Smash got onto it that early. Smash really didn't come into prominence until after 2020, and I think closer to like 2022, 2023, because that's when him and Alyssa Mercante started getting into it. So he was like very small still at that point. And I don't know that he was doing Antiwoke stuff. Some of the others, yeah, like Tectone and things like that started gritting. The Tectone started moving over even more recently within the last 2 years, I want to say. This new movement is like a far apart from the 2018 to, and even farther than like the after 2020, like liberal kind of woke DEI came out. They're even like a couple years late to it.
What did I remember? A lot of this, I saw a lot of this stuff happening when the games like, Dragon Age: The Veilguard was one of them, but also with Dustborn. Dustborn was another big one that everyone kind of said like, look, there's proof, and then let's talk about this and what's happening here. But even precursoring that, I do remember. Synthetic Man got into it with some people about the new God of War game, and that was and the whole debacle about that. I mentioned that too. Is the forced representation, like Sweet Baby Inc. was involved with that, and this is where kind of the I guess the chuds, the synthetic man chuds kind of differ from a lot of the mainstream like centrist libertarian types, the Smash JT types. Is it doesn't make any sense, like even for like Smash to call Ferecha right here. Is that her name? Ferecha? Ferreya, I think that's what it is. Oh, is it Ferreya? Oh, I thought the E was a C. Ferreya, but him calling her like a left-wing like cultist or whatever, it's like well, aren't you a cult? You know, it's aren't you doing the culty stuff? Like, but it was the same. But it was the same principle, which was you're against this DEI stuff unless it's like, well, at first it was God of War Ragnarok, where it's like, okay, we turned a Norse goddess into a young black female, and her grandmother is also black, so we're turning Norse gods black. We're making Kratos kind of defer to his wife, all this stuff, but it's not woke for some reason. This is not woke. It's woke when other games do it, but it's not when God of War Ragnarok does it. So it's like, all right, so what you know, that's where to me I was kind of like, you know, red pilled on the whole why this was all a scam, why this was all a grift. But the second one was KCD2, where KCD2 has the, you know, the gay romance with Hans, who's a historical figure. You have lies that were told by Daniel Vav, right? And you know what's funny is they all acknowledged he was lying, but they were like, "Oh, so what?" I was like, "Really? Like, so developers can just lie now? Like, and you're trying to like protect gaming now, but when a developer lies, it's like, oh, it's fine." It did not make any sense. So I was just thinking about all this when you were talking about, you know, like you covering all the grift. Is none of this has ever made sense for years now, and I think people are just kind of just now catching up to it all.
I mean, I always think there's been people that have been fighting against it. You have the guys who have survived a long time, but now kind of everybody is falling off because everyone's tired of hearing it. There's a argument you can make with God of War and things like that, and talk about like, hey, why are we doing this? This is Norse mythology that we're sticking to. Yeah, it's a video game, but you're writing in it. You can make an argument for the gay in.
It's not even a question of it being an argument. Kim Belair actually straight up said that's what we're doing. That's what also didn't make sense to me. Is Kim Belair, Sweet Baby Inc. said, no, we are I am making them black because I want black people to relate to this and all that stuff. So she straight up said exactly what the Antiwokes said is not supposed to be in the games, but for some reason they made a pass because I guess, but we're big fans of God of War, so it's okay. It's okay in this case again. So it just, there's no principle, there's no guiding principle for the Antiwoke in all of this.
Yeah. You're right. It's not a consistent movement in any sort of way. And yes, it is an activist cult, just like any others. They will bring up God of War, but they usually try and bring it up in the realm of failed games. But even in a lot of these games, like God of War didn't do bad. right? Ragnarok didn't do bad in terms of numbers and things like that. Probably it didn't do as good as other ones, of course, but it's not this failing media that they think it is. Same thing with like a big one they like to talk about is the gay mission in Spider-Man 2. Where they're like, oh, that game's gay and it's a failure, but it's like the top-selling PS2 game of all time, or PS5 game of all time, right? And I think that's where they lose a lot of credibility because they don't have arguments against why DEI is maybe a problem in something like Ragnarok. They just say games fail because go woke, go broke, and they're proven wrong consistently. To the point that even like a game that sells 5 million copies, Ghost of Yotai, is a failure. But I'm trying to think what else. So yeah, it's been around. This new anti-woke group is like a off branch, though. It's a Gamergate 2 is a movement that got into the movement too late. Because really, what's happened is the normalization has happened. People make games, and most people don't really care anymore, as long as it's not like Dragon Age. The Veilguard was, I think, pretty much the last big push for a mainstream DEI game. What also seems to be a shift for me is there's not a lot of changes in franchises that I've seen, right? A lot of the stuff that anti-wokers are going after now is either games like Overwatch that are already woke, or indie games or AA titles, or even a AAA title that makes a game for you, right? My big argument when I was an anti-woker was like, I don't care if there's gay people in games. Don't change it. Make the game you want to make, right?
Yeah, actually, what you mentioned there is like I don't even think they're even going after games now. It seems like it's if it's got somebody in the journalist sphere who's pushing for it, it seems to be a anti-woker quote journalist against these journalists now.
Yeah. Well,
so it's an us versus them thing that they got going on.
Well, that was a big push that set off. That was part of the thing that set off Gamergate 2, right?
Yeah.
Was people
original Gamergate as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. Original Gamergate is what I mean. That people were gamers were upset with news articles because of the yes, the more feminist ones, but also reviews were just as crap as they are now. I would argue nothing's changed, except for now we have these anti-wokers writing shitty articles too, in some cases, with like Park Place and some others. Then I lost my place on where I was going with that. My brain. So it's like they're trying to hit all of the points that used to be points from past Gamergate or past DEI talking points, hoping to hit money, right?
Yeah, one of the problems they're having to deal with, and this is actually a year ago now, is I remember BlackRock ended their diversity goals. They actually merged their DEI staff into a new team. So I think there's a clip that people kept on bringing up of Larry Fink talking about forcing behaviors and all that. And so there was the backlash against that, but so BlackRock basically scrapped its all aspirational workforce representation objectives, and I think they said they reversed course, but of course I don't think they actually did. It's more as they just renamed things. But these same people, again, these same anti-woke people are not like trying to figure out who these new people are and make you aware of them. But even if they were, I don't understand. Like you were saying about gatekeeping, how are you going to stop people from purchasing their games? This is something that they're going to keep on doing no matter what, and they have an incentive to, because hey, I get to watch this anti-woke entertainment block talk about the bad things. So even the bad things become entertainment. It's the same with like someone in your chat was saying the same thing about Disney and all that, and Gina Carano. It's like nobody puts their foot down and says, "Oh, Gina Carano was fired. No more." It's like, no, I'm still going to take part because uh, somehow I guess our hatred will manifest in the I don't know the immaterium. Like maybe we'll manifest the warp gods through our hatred, and they will they'll destroy Disney or something.
Yeah, I hate to tell them. The Slanesh shows up. It's Slanesh is woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's you could liken it to like the border crisis in the United States. No one wants to fix the border crisis. They want to use it as a method to continue to get votes. And it's very, the anti-wokes are very much the same thing. They're like, we don't really want to fix the problems in gaming. We want to say we're winning the whole time and people to believe us and watch us. Because one thing they'll come at with you is like we're not grifters because we're not making a lot of money. I think that's arguable on how much they're making, but there's more currency out there than just money. Clout on the internet is a currency that people want. With clout, you can get sponsors that help you get more money. With you can get attached to higher people. You constantly hear the smaller ones constantly trying to get the attention of like Asmongold and all of these other people hoping.
John De La Rose suspects that there's also, depending on what people say, again, if it's KCD2, he suspects that Smash and some other folks may have actually been paid off, like to advertise and say good things about the game. And who knows, that may be true or not, but maybe that could also explain some of the inconsistencies in their opinions on things.
Yeah. Because you do get situations where at first people are saying different things about it. Even with Crimson Desert, there were several anti-wokers that came out with woke. There's woke in this game, though less so than most of the others. I think they're always trying to predict. Right, they're trying to either predict or force a game to be bad. You saw it most blatantly with Ghost of Yotai, I think.
Yes,
it was because they were hoping Ghost of Yotai would be the next Dragon Age, right? Because they got a lot of play off of Dragon Age being bad.
Even though Assassin's Creed Shadows as well, I mean, it was still a pretty bad game, but there was some aspects that were kind of funny, like fun, like the bad kind of fun. Like it is kind of funny being this big black samurai just like punting other smaller samurai off cliffs and things like that. Like so it has that fun element to it, even though it's like a bunch of the other parts of the game are shit. But yeah, it's the same thing where we're setting it up so everybody will just rail against Assassin's Creed Shadows
and then they use false information. Like my biggest argument with Assassin's Creed Shadows is it was never going to save Ubisoft. Ubisoft put itself in the dirt a long time ago.
Right.
Long time ago. But it's always goldfish memory, right? They want it all to be now. This is what's happening now. Nothing in the past could have changed anything. And go from there. I would have had if I was a serious anti-woker, full on anti-woker, I would have had fun with that game. Grizzle can tell you that I went. There was a small little drama over this company that made like these kind of woke TTRPGs, and one of them was called Thirsty Swashbuckling Lesbians. And yes, and like I looked at all the anti-wokers and they would just like show the book and be like, it's so woke, it's so gay, and I was like, you know what, I'm buying this book and we're going to go over it on stream. And I pulled Grizzle on with me, mostly so I could have the gay protection. I'm kidding, Grizzle. And we kind of read through how this game works, and it was hilarious. It was funny to read. It's like that's content you can make. If y'all want to be good anti-wokers, do that content. Don't just play the game badly and say it's shit. Make good content out of it. Even when they were playing that Yasuke game that was self-made, they were just boring about it.
Oh yeah, Well, that's why you know that what's it called? Baldur's Gate 3 has a what they call no alphabets mod.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a mod that you download from RPG HQ. You can't download it from Nexus, but you can download it from RPG HQ. It's called No Alphabets mod, and it's a mod that just got rid of all like LGBT, all references to gay and I think it even did the same. It got rid of like the body type stuff in the character creation menu, all that stuff. So, it's a way of playing a game that everybody says is woke and be like, well, you know what? We just modded it out. So there you
It's
go.
a beautiful thing about mods, right? Right?
Yeah.
Oh man. But it comes to like what the average gamer cares about now, and I don't think the anti-wokers have become the woke. And they don't understand what they don't understand what gamers actually want anymore. They're not the gamers. Their audience isn't the gamers. The gamers are the ones who are, playing all these different games that come out. And Baldur's Gate 3, I think, was a really good example of that people didn't really care, even with those things in it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, even with its gay scene and historical areas, right? No one really cared. It sold pretty well.
Yeah, I think some people are still playing it today.
Yeah, people are still playing it today. They're just missing. The anti-woke keep missing on everything now, and the real gamers are seeing it and they just stop watching. They're like, I'm not watching this.
I think they're missing because nobody sees any real change happening at all.
True. Well, like I said, I think there's a change. I think it's spreading out to where it's not touching mainstream franchises much anymore. Like, I don't care if Heretic Prophet is woke and gay. I care if it's a good game because it's them making their own game. If they want to put a bald Asian woman, which I don't think bald women are necessarily ugly. It depends, right?
What do you think about people calling this game, like the game you're playing right now, the Crimson Desert? There seems to be this new thing about how it really is a slop game, but for like there's a weird argument going on that hey, we're sticking it to to journalists by saying this is good. That's the point, even though the game really is unfinished, isn't it? It's unfinished. It's not. Yeah.
So you might not have been in when I said this. A lot of the things that I hear like people saying, especially around the journalist scene and stuff like that, is it's a jack of all trade, master of none, right? But I think the reason it is so good is because of the rest of that quote: jack of all trade, master of none, always better than usually better than a master of one. And I think it's given a lot of gamers a playground that they can go into, that the jank and stuff like that, they're okay to miss. I liken it to games like Kenshi, where Kenshi is a buggy mess even to this day, right? Janky and all hell's loose, but it has a fervent fan base, right? I love that game. I do think it's a slop game. Like, the more I see of it, like I've seen someone with an outfit. I don't know if it was a mod. I hope it was a mod, but it pretty much was like the Assassin's Creed outfit. But I find myself like, this is the one game that I've go against my it shouldn't get you caught. I shouldn't have to wait an hour for the game to get good.
Yeah.
But there's just
but it gets good 50 hours in.
Yeah, it's good 50 hours in. I haven't even this is the only parts that I've touched of this huge map. This is the first area. I haven't left the first area because I keep building on my one base or going to run a little mission here or there. It's just like it's a big playground. It's an open world playground that people have missed, is what I think it is.
That's why they go back to Skyrim, play modded Skyrim.
It's real like clothing in the game. Damage says, I did see someone make a statement. It's like, why is this game so popular, but like Ubisoft games are slop? If they would have made this game, people would have called it Ubislop. And like, I disagree with that. The reason Ubislop is Ubislop is if I go, like, their fast travel points are these nexuses, right? if I find a new nexus, it doesn't show me anything new on the map. It doesn't open up a piece of the map for me. It doesn't show all the mini games that I have to do. A lot of the mini games are the same, but I still have to go find them. I'll randomly run into a person that's not on a quest marker somewhere, and they're like, hey, can you do this for me? Or, hey, this and that. There's, the puzzles are pretty interesting. There's one puzzle. It's down here. I'll show you while we're playing. That it takes time. It's like the old puzzles where you had to. It's very Red Dead Redemption-y in its puzzles. Like I have drawn pictures that are treasure maps.
Oh wait, I meant to say ask to see the stream. I didn't mean to ask to stream.
Yeah. Let me get you in there. I just thought about that when you said 08.
By the way, this isn't the main guy, is it? It's another dude?
No, this is the main guy.
Oh, okay. So you got new stuff. Okay.
Yeah. This is my bling. I got the cape was in a hidden area that I found where I fought a boss, and the shield is from the boss. And then a lot of this is just beginning armor. So like the green set you get by making a village happy. Like you see this number right here. This number right here is like you making them happy. And then you can go to a shop and use this as currency for their armor sets. It's kind of how it works. So I've
saying I feel everything is going to become niche. I hope so. I'd like because if everything is niche, it means there's competition. But the problem with like things becoming niche is as soon as something becomes popular, it becomes too popular, and then some corporation gets its hands on it, they get money into it, and then they ruin it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the the way it goes. Once it goes corpo, I'm under the argument that everything that is corpo is bad for any product. It's corporations start making, because it goes from making a good product to making, oh, this isn't it. Never mind. I'll have to find it later. Either way, there's this big chamber I go into, and there's a wall I can't get past. There's a little pit that has like 3 little wheels you can turn, and then both sides are covered with a map that just shows, it's like a faded version of this map, and it just has like markers in random places. So you have to kind of go through here, and it's like, I think it's over here somewhere. There's 3 spots that I have to find to get the symbols to know which way to turn them. So it's like, it's very much a game that isn't telling you what to do. It's giving you the opportunity to figure it out. I know I have those maps here somewhere. These are my treasure maps. This is where I say like it steals a lot. Here's hidden treasure map from.
It reminds me most, of Breath of the Wild, especially that stamina stuff.
Yeah, well, it's got Breath of the Wild. You can do bounties like Red Dead Redemption. You can do farming. There's a whole farming mechanic, and the cooking mechanic is how you do all your health. So cooking is very important. You collect bugs to make potions and dyes and all of that jazz. I've been wanting to fish in this little pond. You hunt animals. Yeah, it's very Breath of the Wild in a lot of ways, and mixed with Red Dead Redemption. So. Boom.
So what I was also saying, Dragon's Dogma. I don't know if you've played Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, I haven't. The thing that I don't necessarily agree with the Dragon's Dogma take is I haven't run into a lot of monsters to fight. I understand there's a lot of boss monsters, and I've heard of wyverns, but I haven't seen anything outside of the different faction enemies that you find on it. So, but I mean, this game could be a cozy game if you want to. I saw someone talking about breeding goats to I'm not going to be able to get it because of where I'm standing. Shit. So yeah, it's janky, but the reason it's popular is because it really is kind of a throwback to the way people used to play games. It doesn't hold your hand. So I think we're gonna move on to Asmongold, everybody. Let me here. I'm.
Oh, you didn't start with him. So
No,
it's
no,
funny
no.
whenever I read the titles of your streams, I feel like, okay, you're gonna start with this title, then move on to the next one. But yeah, he got.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Sometimes I do it like sometimes I think of it. This time I was thinking of it, and I was like, well, let me think of it from a creator standpoint. Asmon's the bigger topic.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and cozy game, call not Malcolm. Yes, this could you can farm. I've spent most, like, this was when you get to the point in the game where you get your first base, it's that tent and that tent, and that's it. Eventually I'll have a farm. I've been collecting dogs. I've collected people that help me cook. I'm waiting to build my wagon so I could trade. Like, all non-combat. I've had entire sessions of this game, Kimoji, where I haven't done a bit of combat because I've been just doing some stuff. Now, there's some really dumb missions. Like, a lot of the missions to get your inventory bigger is like, what was one I did? It said, so-and-so, I gave so-and-so some spurs. No, some block and tackle for a horse or something like that. Can you go ask him if it was okay? And the mission is literally just going to ask him. And then he says it's okay, and you go back to them and you get a bag. Like, very MMO-y style. But then other ones, like, obviously I'll have, like, I have a furniture person now. I have a house over there I can decorate. You can cozy game this game if you want to.
You can
so
what do they call it? Slow life?
Slow life. That's right. Yeah. You can it's just complete. Like I said, I'm only in the beginning area because I keep doing stuff just for the Greymanes, because I actually kind of enjoy the idea of this group of guys. They all got separated. They're supposed to be.
So they are called Greymanes.
Yeah, they are called Greymanes.
Okay. When people were saying that, I thought they were saying that because they're making fun of Skyrim, but they are legitimately called Greymanes.
They are legitimately called Greymanes. That's where I'm saying there's a lot of influence that they take from stuff. If you look at the have you seen the thing about their main screen, the poster for the game?
Yeah. I've seen the game cover.
Yeah, well, if you match it up to Kingdom, or is it Kingdom Come Deliverance? Who else? I want to say it was Kingdom Come Deliverance or another game. It's the exact same scene. Main character in the front holding a sword up, two characters on the side looking like they're going to battle. They're riding underneath. It's like the day before levels of, like, we copied this. But I still like it. I think it's a good game. It caught me once I got into it.
But anyway, Asmongold, I guess he got banned
again
for 7 days.
Yep. And he's crashing out over it. So let me make sure you can see that instead of just the game.
I love a good crash out.
I love a good crash out too. And I have opinions about it. Let's do it this way. Make sure I don't give you anything. Make sure I don't do any doxing or, like, leaking like I do with Damaged every time. So anyways, if you have been watching Twitter, Asmongold got banned. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. For apparently, it sounds like, because I can't find the exact quote, and he's going to kind of tell us why he thought he got banned, but it sounds like it comes down to him calling people inferior again in the Middle East. And You know, I'm a free speech guy. Like I think he has a right to say that if he wants to. I don't care. I'll
Yeah, of
speak out
course.
against him on it. But when you're talking about Twitch, like you're while I believe you should be able to say it on Twitch, companies have a right to not have shit said on their channel. And if you're going to play the game, you have to play by the rules. That's just, I said the same thing when Kada got banned for his stuff. Not Kada. God damn it. They don't look alike. They don't look alike. What's his name? Atreus. I promise, damage. They don't look alike. So what we're gonna do is listen to Asmon and his little crash out here, and then kind of we're gonna watch Rev too. I want to see what some people are saying about this, and then I have a funny little clip that Simon sent me. All right.
Guys, I got suspended on Twitch in the middle of my Crimson Desert playthrough. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. It's gonna be an entire week. I mean, geez, guys. I'm gonna have so much free time. Well, I guess I could start by making this video, right?
So here you already hear he's salty. I haven't watched this video yet, so I'm going into it, but you can tell he's really, really salty, but he's also like it almost sounds like he's trying to be condescending. Like, oh, I'm a super rich guy. You're not hurting me in any way. Deal.
And also a kind of this happened again, because he's gotten banned before for other things, like similar things, right?
Yeah, he has. There was the big one that he got banned for, that he went and got bodied by Hassan Piker of all people when he got into it.
That's right.
So.
Yeah.
So, I got suspended last night on Twitch. I end my stream, and I come back from the gas station, and I get a message, and somebody says, why can't I chat in your stream? And I'm like, well, I don't know what happened. And I look, and I get a message, and it says that my account has been suspended for 7 days because of hateful conduct. So, this is what I did. This is what I said. I said that I didn't give a fuck about the opinions of third worlders, and then particularly in the thing that they referenced, I was referring to illiterate goat herders from Afghanistan.
Again, the way this looks out in the public is not a United States.
The opinions of third worlders don't matter. Like, I don't care what some illiterate goat herder thinks in Afghanistan. It doesn't matter.
In the context of those people.
So, again, he has a right to say it, but yeah, Twitch is going to ban you for this kind of stuff. It's just, even Hassan Piker recently has been banned for some of the things he said. It's light. He says a lot more that I think he would get banned for. You want to know the secret, though, is a lot of the stuff he said about the military in America, I don't necessarily think was bannable.
Was he told that's what he was banned for, or does Twitch tell you, hey, this is the thing you were banned for?
Twitch generally doesn't tell you what they banned you for. It's like YouTube. It's for breaking rules and things like that. Twitch is actually notorious for not telling you anything about it. So he's just
guessing that's the comment,
or he's saying he's either guessing that that's the comment, or he is using that comment because it's lighter. Maybe I don't want to speculate too much, but we really don't know what was said. And I don't know that we ever will.
Believing AI-generated videos about Iran winning the war and nuking Israel off the map. Gentlemen, I would like to confirm that I am 100% right, and you don't either. And neither do they. Because if Twitch cares about their opinions, why don't they apply Afghanistan's opinions to women on Twitch? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? But everybody knows.
Since regaining power in August 2024, the Taliban has implemented a system of systematic oppression against women in Afghanistan, widely described as gender apartheid. Over 70 degrees have
apartheid.
That's right.
Apartheid. Yeah.
Over 70 degrees have effectively erased women from the public life, banning education above 6th grade, barring most employment, restricting movements without a male guardian, and imposing strict dress codes. let's go back. I want to see what he said exactly about that.
In the context of those people believing AI generated videos about Iran winning the war and nuking Israel off the map. Gentlemen, I would like to confirm that I am 100% right, and
so this is going into like the Iran war and what's actually happening versus what's not happening is what he's trying to say on. I mean, the problem with this is the right wingers like Trump and all of them are just as delusional about what's going on. This war is a complete fucking mess. I don't know that means that all the people over there are fucking inferior, right? The government might be shit. But hold on, he's talking about the Taliban in this other one, not Iran.
Did you see Bergman made a video about him saying that Somalis had a 68 IQ, something like that? Did you see him debunking that?
I don't remember if I watched. No, we did watch the Asmon one and him debunking the IQ stuff. Yeah, Asmon, nothing Asmon says is right. He doesn't.
Well,
he admit. Yeah.
I was gonna say the problem I always have with these arguments is like they're actually trying to make a moral argument through this thing. Like because you're low intelligence, you have no value. That's really what they're trying to get at. But they weasel their way out of it with other things. And like, do you want to outright say, Asmongold, you want to outright say like you need to be of this certain intelligence before you are in the States? It's like, all right, so that's going to lead to a whole lot of other problems. It's like, all right, so Asmongold, you like, God forbid, you have a son who's low IQ. Do you just deport him at that point? Is he worthless? Is he a worthless human being at that point? Right, right. This is why I hate these IQ arguments. So saying like I don't care what a goat herder does. A goat herder probably has a family. It's probably raising kids and is probably going to have generations of other kids having kids. I don't think you are, Asmongold. I don't know if you're married and you have kids, but it's like
I don't think so.
Yeah. What is
you but take the I'm just saying argument into the United States. So, I'm from the South. The South traditionally has terrible school systems. You go to any, we have, cattle herders, goat herders, similar jobs and lower class jobs here. Does that mean none of those people deserve to be here anymore? We need to kick them all out.
Yeah. I just hate these arguments lead to really, I guess if you take them to their extreme, you're like, okay, what are you trying to say here? What point are you trying to make? See, it's more important to me. The better argument I think to make here when you're talking about this stuff is like, I don't want to go into the immigration stuff, but that's basically what he seems to be getting at all the time, which would indicate to me the kind of audience he's also curating, which is also kind of worrisome.
Yeah, I agree. He's not banned from Twitch completely. He still has his main channel he can go live on. Yeah, but Twitch would 100%, if he went live on that channel, they would ban it. They're pretty strict on the ban evading stuff, especially with bigger YouTubers, that it's easy to see it happening. So I think as long as he doesn't touch it, they're not going to ban that account. I don't think he's gone live on that account in years. It's always been this new czar one. I'm from the Southwest, New Mexico. Yeah, I mean it's almost like elitist talk, right? That there's only certain, because he's said things like what not everybody deserves the right to vote. He's usually using the IQ argument with that. I'm trying to think of some of the other.
I actually agree but for different reasons. I think originally it was better that people who own property should have had the right to vote. I don't think it should be an intelligence thing. I think it should be more, what's your stake in the United States? But I'm old fashioned that way. But
yeah. I don't agree with that. I think even idiots have a right to vote, but we're also
no. I mean, like as far as like you could be the smartest man in the world, but if like you don't own any property, That's what I mean. Because that's how it used to be when you could only vote if you owned property and you had land, things like that. That used to, but they've changed it so many ways since then. So
yeah. Well, my big problem with that is the world that we see now, where everyone's kind of being like the United States, where we see now, where everyone's getting pushed to rent, and soon, I mean, the goal from corporations is to
turn us into serfs.
Turn us into serfs, right? It's not the WHO, it's the World Economic Forum that said, you'll own nothing and like it. The same administration we have now is doing that exact same thing. Because it was what Nvidia said, you'll be able to rent the computers. Okay, we'll let you rent computers.
Yeah, we'll let you own digital copies of your video games, not hard copies.
Yeah. Licensing has been taking away people's property for years. So
you don't either, and neither do they, because if Twitch cares about their opinions, why don't they apply Afghanistan's opinions to women on Twitch? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? But everybody knows nobody gives a fuck about them. Nobody cares.
Why? Like, this is a completely dumb statement. Like, why would Twitch ban him for saying something that they would consider, we'll say it, hate speech, right? Or, degrading speech to one nation? Why would they also change their views to what the Taliban has to say, right? This would still fall under their terms of service of, hey, protected classes, don't talk bad about them, right?
I'm not sorry. I'm right. I said nothing wrong, and nothing I said was against the terms of service. Beyond that, do you even imagine a world where somebody that says that they don't care about what a fat American thinks about the Middle East, can you imagine that this person ever gets suspended? Of course not.
He has some woke qualities, but he's nowhere near as woke as Francis. Francis was a socialist. This motherfucker is an American. And I think Americans are gross. Americans do not have a understanding of the world. Americafying anything is going to be bad. Americans have a very limited understanding of the universe.
And so,
is that supposed to be a clip?
That's true, right? I mean, that's been a joke.
You're not wrong. Why did Hassan have to be right? And do we not see the difference in what Asmongold was saying versus what Hassan is saying right there? Right? Where Asmongold is downright degrading a people versus Hassan saying that Americans, like, what did he say? The Americans just don't have let's redo it. Like
Francis was a socialist. This motherfucker is an American. And I think Americans are gross. Americans do not have a understanding of the world. Americafying anything is going to be bad. Americans have a very limited understanding of the universe.
I mean, this is maybe very light.
Maybe the problem here is like there's no country that's unique in its flaws. So America has its own flaws. Every country has its own flaws. So saying like America is like this, it's like, yeah, but it's not like the rest of the America needs to learn from the rest of the world, because every country has its problems.
Right, absolutely. But it's definitely not saying things like inferior people and all of that other stuff like that. Now, Hassan has said stuff that he's gotten away with that I do think is bannable, but he's also been banned recently for things. So Twitch is at least trying to pretend that they're doing it, right?
Yeah, we also got a free Kaya.
Free Kaya.
This is his dog.
Oh, I like the Candy Canyon one. Yeah, free Kaya, please.
Universe.
And so, why am I getting suspended? It's more third worldist morality logic inversion that basically is being used to silence me for an entire week. That's the important part.
Dude, he has. They're just trying to silence him because he's saying everything right, when I haven't heard this motherfucker say anything intelligent in the last, since he started.
Who's the majority of his audience?
Kids, I want to say. Like, I don't know what his demographic is of people who watch.
Yeah. Because I always wondered this on YouTube, like because I know majority Indians use YouTube. So when he's talking about third worlders, it'd be funny to see how many third worlders watch Asmongold.
Well, there's also the owner of the largest media conglomerate that works with streamers has come out and said that you should be botting online. So who knows how many are actually real.
Right.
Part that I want to talk about here. It's because basically Twitch has a system.
I find it funny how all the time the extreme shit Hassan says, Asmon manages to get the most milk toast takes. Yeah, you could have pulled anything that Hassan says, but that was the clip that you thought was bannable that compared to yours.
Where they say that your infractions or your bad actions expire within 1 year. Well, the last time I was suspended, well, we all remember the last time I was suspended, but that was in October 2024.
Yeah, at that point, he even said that what he said was probably wrong.
I have not been suspended for over an entire year. Why does that matter? Well, it matters because they say it matters. It matters because they say that's whenever the infractions expire and your account is treated as not being in bad standing. So why is it in that case that instead of getting a warning, instead of getting a suspension, instead of getting for a day, instead of getting a suspension for 3 days, I immediately went from that all the way to a 7-day suspension immediately? Why would this happen? What is the reason for it? I have no idea. Is it because they don't like what I'm saying? It has to be, because it's certainly not because what I'm saying is against the terms of service. I looked at the terms of service. Yeah.
This must go like really hard for conspiracy theorists. Because it's just like they're silencing me because I have the message, because 7 days without me and everything will go to hell.
But ultimately, it's all leading to people. I know why he does this. It's to get people to again go into us versus them mentality. And hey, we give you more money because somehow giving you more money is going to align the chaos gods against the people we hate or something.
Yeah, right. Always to the chaos gods. Alex Jones beginnings. Yes. Well, see, the thing with Asmongold, and really why I think, because Asmongold isn't getting paid on Twitch, right? Unless it's like the Czar channel is not monetized. So he's what I say when like it's not always a monetary thing. I think a lot of him being crashing out and being pissed off at this right now is because he needs the attention, right? He can go to other channels, but Twitch is where he gets the most people. That big number sits on the screen.
Yeah.
He's got all of the people listening to him. He's gotten to the point that he's so brain sick on it. He has to have the clout. He needs people.
Oh, the audience capture. Okay.
The audience capture. Yeah. Is what has him.
Yes, using nationality is a protected group, but I was not talking about them being disregarded because of nationality. I was talking about them being disregarded because of the fact that they're watching literal AI-generated videos and then believing a false narrative. And the video's context was about, would you rather be having likes on Twitter or having your entire Navy not destroyed?
Do you think that the Iranians would rather have their entire Navy back or their memes?
Geez, guys, I wonder. And so anyway, this is what's happening.
But that's not even... It's like a misclip. I think it would be the thing where you said that they were like low IQ, right? You're in some case degrading them. Yes, it's very similar to what Hassan said, but what Hassan said is also a well-known, joke among Americans.
It's not just a matter of degrading them, but it's the IQ thing is always a value judgment, and it's like, okay, are they being hired for anything that's requires a high IQ? If not, then why do we care if they have low IQ? Are you because not but then you go into averages, but. We've had plenty of immigrants here. My bigger problem is we get stories like that. Do you ever see that the Indian semi-truck driver who jackknifed a car full of Haitian immigrants?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that one.
Yeah,
that was
this is the unintended consequences that people don't really think about with some of these foreigners is you get someone who's here on actually I think he was here legally. I think the Indian was there legally, but he still got his CDL. He made an illegal maneuver, and then all we heard in the news was 3 people got killed, and it's like, hey, that's sorry, he's an immigrant, I guess. Low IQ immigrant, and it's too bad for those people, but whatever. And it's like, oh, those were Haitians. It's like, what? Oh, the people who died, they were Haitians, and they were actually immigrants too. They were here legally though. They actually did the legal stuff. So it's like, okay, so the consequences for illegal immigration are legal immigrants are getting killed. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there are some things like you can definitely get into an argument with. Like I looked over the cat situation, right? The Haitians eating cats, and it was. I mean, that was a complete fabricated lie. There was no immigrants eating cats. In fact, the video that was used was a police video of like a woman in Chicago who was schizophrenic eating a cat. But there is a problem that happened with that small town where they just took like, what was it, like 100,000? No, it was like 50,000 Haitians and just dropped them into this small community, which
I heard about that.
Yeah, it changes the whole dynamic of the community.
Yeah,
where they're losing jobs. The Haitians are, and with that case, the Haitians weren't immigrants, they were coming over as refugees, so it's a little bit of a different situation legally speaking from there, but still you got all these people trying to make it off with a community that now is having trouble with an extra, any community, any city, any town, if you drop too many people in, it starts to ruin the resources, the jobs, the market, everything starts to kind of fall apart, and that's what was happening with that. I'm all for reform. I think we need immigrants to do the jobs that we don't want to do. I am damn proud of the Mexicans that came in like one day and put my roof up like there was no tomorrow. It's a beautiful roof.
Right.
Happened is that I have been suspended for an entire week for that. That's it. And I'll play the clip for you guys, okay? And this is, by the way, there's not a 100% certainty with this, that this is the clip, but this is the thing that they quoted from.
He says that now.
Yeah.
After he said all of that, like this is why they're doing it. Oh, this is not 100% at the very end.
Basically poisoning the well up to the clip.
And it's the thing that they gave me an example of. And I will say also, by the way, my contacts and relationship with Twitch on an interpersonal level has been nothing but tremendous. I have great respect for the people that I've dealt with Twitch. I have no actual animosity towards those people. So just make sure that you guys understand that. Don't shoot the messenger or anything like that. It's the moderation team.
Did he just say they are trying to silence me?
Yes, he very much did just say they are trying to silence me, basically creating an enemy out of Twitch. And then
these people I have so much respect for are trying to hurt me.
They're trying to destroy me. But it's
I love him.
Fall off, right? This is to cover his ass. This will be like the hey, guys, don't harass anybody. Don't harass anybody. But they're all evil Satanist demons that need to be destroyed. But don't harass anybody, guys. Don't harass anybody. It's like people saying, what is it? Allegedly, and thinking that's like a legal defense for you to say something completely insane and untrue.
And the people that decided that I did something wrong, and maybe they made a mistake. Well, I know they made a mistake, but maybe they'll recognize that and I'll get an unban early. And if they didn't, I guess, and here's the annoying thing, right, is like, well, if Trump nukes Iran, which seems like that's getting more likely every day, then I'm going to have to go live on Kick and Rumble, right? Maybe on YouTube too.
See, audience capture. You can hear it in his voice and the way he's talking. I have to be there to tell the news. I have to be there to let my people know what's going on. Trump is about to nuke. I have to be on the show. I'm going to have to go on a lesser channel.
With his net worth, couldn't he just create his own streaming service?
He probably could. I mean, he's no longer a part of OTK anymore. He was fully separated from them, but I'm sure he says he never spends his money. He lives in his mom's house, so it's obviously paid off, and the insurance can't be that much on it. It doesn't seem like he was raised in a rich environment, we'll say. Don't harass anybody coming from one of the biggest internet brigaders is incredibly ironic. Yeah, this is the guy who got on and said, you need to go find the jobs and addresses of all these people talking about Charlie Kirk in a negative fashion and get them fired. This is the guy who did that.
I prefer just to do kick and rumble. It's a copyright thing, right? It's a confusing, content creator reason. But and then we'll continue uploading videos. And if something big happens, don't worry, I'll be there, and you'll have a way to watch me, and it'll be all back to usual. But I would like to say
he said it's just a content creator issue. No, Asmongold, explain what the issue is. Explain to your high IQ audience, because obviously you can understand, right? Or are they too stupid? Are they low IQ?
Right. I'll also say, listening to him, he very much sounds like a drug addict. Like the fast talking, the erratic movements, everything's going to be okay, or this is why I need this back. The dude acts like he does not have a place where he can go stream and go live, but it's not Twitch. Twitch is where he's been forever. Twitch is where he gets the biggest audience. Twitch is his lifeblood for that. He's not going to get as many people going over to Rumble or even to YouTube, more than likely. Not the 30,000 people that watch him live.
Take at least
he should work for Amway.
He should what?
He should work for Amway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy this product. The details are unimportant.
Right.
Maybe fix a little bit of things in my life and just relax a little bit. But if something big happens, do not worry. I will be there. And I might make a couple of other videos in the meantime, just because I'll be bored. But going back to what I was saying is that I have been suspended for this. And really, let me talk about really how I feel about this. Do I give a fuck about the opinions of a bunch of third worlders in regards to what my country should do? Absolutely fucking not. I do not. You shouldn't. They shouldn't give a fuck about what I think about their country. Because why would I take somebody's opinion that is from a shithole?
Okay, so let's look at this argument, even because they're a shithole. We are in a global economy. Everyone that does something in here, even a small place like Iran, has massive effects on the world, right? So yeah, they care about what the people that are bombing them do, especially when it comes to some of the things that Trump has talked about doing, taking out, public infrastructure, power plants and bridges and stuff like that. So yeah, I think they have a right to say something, right? They have a right to voice their opinion, the people that are in those countries, even if the government is bad. And we should care about what they say as well, in a way, because they do own they're pretty much owning the pass. I was actually deployed to Djibouti, right where that fucking pass is, so I can't imagine being over there right now. It's we all affect each other. You see this with Europe and gaming as well, where Europe passes laws.
I would still say I don't care what third worlders say. It's like, well, wait a minute. What did this third worlder say? And is it incorrect? In which case, it doesn't matter where they're from. What was the information? That's where I would.
Oh man, what was the low IQ statement?
Yeah, third world says, "Don't touch the fire; it'll burn you." I don't care what a third world says. Ow! But
third world, it's just dumb.
Yeah, it is.
It's just so dumb.
In these countries. And by the way, these are shitholes. Many of these countries are shitholes. And don't let anybody teach you or tell you that.
Has he been to Detroit?
Yeah, right. Detroit's a fucking shithole.
Where's Detroit, Asmongold?
Let's talk about like Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, what country? Yeah,
Miami-Dade.
yeah, that's true.
We also tend to have like we tend to bomb Iran fairly regularly every few years. So,
oh, it's America's fault. No, it's not. The ones that America has invaded are shitholes. The ones that America hasn't invaded or Britain hasn't invaded, they're shitholes too. They're shitholes because the people.
So, this is just not true, right? Iran has a long history with America and Israel. Like, we have changed regimes over there multiple times. When they were originally trying to get nuclear power, us and Israel worked together to create a virus that would stop the power plants from working properly, not explode. It would just make one particular piece get off timing. And like we've had a long history of things we have done to many countries over there, right? We created the Taliban. We're the ones who
Yes.
funded the Taliban against the Russians.
In fact, didn't we use the Taliban in Ukraine as well?
I don't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did.
I think I think we did. Well, it would never have been on the record.
Yeah.
But I was reading some reports that a long time ago saying that there were certain people in Ukraine who were like, what are these people doing there? You know.
Well, it would have never, like the virus would have never been on the record either, except for it spread to millions of computers where it did nothing. It would just go into a computer, it would look for the nuclear planning, and then it would just go dormant. So a cybersecurity guy found it and traced it all the way back. And that's the only reason we know that happened. So who knows what else is happening in the background in these countries all the time. Seriously, how can Asmongold say that? Our country got its ass handed to it by Vietnam. I had a drill sergeant who was Vietnamese. And what he told us was that we didn't lose Vietnam because we killed way more of those fuckers than, and he used the slur, than any of them. And so, I mean, the problem is it's usually more complicated than that, right? If we had kept fighting, would we have pushed through? You can also talk about like the Iraq and Afghanistan war. The problem with the kind of occupation and world building we are doing is it takes generations for it to change. So,
and we're still in what Honduras, right? We're still doing stuff in Honduras, right?
Yeah, we're still in Honduras. We still have a base in Iraq.
Yeah, we're in Iraq, in Germany too.
In Germany as well. We have them in Japan. We have them everywhere.
Yeah.
Shit, we nuked Japan and then became best friends with them.
Yeah.
People made them shitholes. And whenever I talk about third worlders and third worldism, I'm not.
And also, this is another, like, you can tell he has no grasp of history. He's just literally a retard who says whatever he wants. Is like, you look at the whole of Africa, we know why Africa is a shithole, right? And everyone gets really upset with the colonizer thing, and it gets overused so many fucking times. Like, I don't really care. But Britain and the rest of Europe fucked over Africa in a lot of different ways that they're still fighting with to this day. And now China's coming in and doing the same thing to them. So they never have a chance to grow until a bigger power comes in and tells them that, hey, we'll do this for you, but we're going to take everything important.
Not even really talking about a geography, I'm talking about an ideology. And that ideology is the idea that disrespect should be met with violence, the idea that, crime.
So he doesn't like the South then. Like we're talking about like any that's people beat their spouses in every kind of thing, but that's just, it's not an ideology of an entire people. That's a usually an individualistic ideology. A government can get that way, but it's usually the small people in that government that it spreads to other people.
Dysfunction, discord, and chaos in society should be expected. They're part and parcel of living in a modern city. And having people, you know, like, oh, well, you can't say certain things because they might offend people or they'll make them mad. The idea that getting angry about something is a justification to break the law. This is what I'm really talking about with third worldism. Things that the Greek Senate, or the Greeks, the Romans, we figured this out in Western society, in Western culture. We've realized that you can't run a society whenever you have people that.
These are all things that happen in the United States, and the Greeks and Romans, or the Greeks especially, regularly went to war with each other. Their wars were not very bloody and violent, but yeah, they went to war over subjects pretty constantly.
That act this way, and it's actually a good thing to not have a bunch of crazy fent zombies on the street. It's actually a good thing to have people that aren't living on the sidewalk.
He's describing America.
It's actually a good thing to have a, civilized discussion that doesn't resort to violence whenever you hear something that makes.
That is the point, though. He's saying we shouldn't have this. I don't think he's describing the third. Yeah. But
well, he just said the third world on there. Like, we understand as a Western society, we shouldn't have these things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You angry. But for some people, this is the third worldist mindset. It is the aggrandizement of the base.
Simon, you're full of shit. You know what won the fucking war and why we were able to take Germany is because the U.S. did the thing that it is famous for now. We won the logistic games. For every fucking tank, for every tank we put on the field that was destroyed, 3 more were getting off the boat to go back at it. We won it through logistics. If we wouldn't have stepped in, you would all be speaking German. Well, not you. You're a Canadian, so even worse.
Base interests, the base desires, and the lowest common denominator of mankind. And you know what? I don't like it. I don't want it here. And guess what? They don't either. If Twitch thinks Afghanistan has such great opinions that should be listened to, maybe they should apply Afghanistan's opinions to women on Twitch. How about that? But they won't, because they also agree with me too. I just was the one that said it. But
does Afghanistan have a real drug problem that I'm aware of? Like, I know Djibouti does. Djibouti has a big problem with cot. That's flown in daily with it, but that's kind of what the government wanted, was everyone high on one drug. But like does the Muslim religion allow for a lot of that stuff?
They make exceptions from what I'm aware. And it's usually they'll make exceptions if it's politically motivated, but. Yeah.
But I've never heard, I've heard of like opiums coming out of Afghanistan, but I've never really seen anything about it. Like, there was soldiers that were caught in a lot of ways transporting opium from Afghanistan and Iraq into the United States.
I know they do marijuana. I don't know about opium.
Yeah.
I think most stuff. See, this is the other thing is I think most of the fent comes from China.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're not at war with China.
No. Yeah, right. Well, even then you look at the United States, what the crack industry, cocaine and all of that stuff was done by the CIA, right? They were the ones pouring it into cities. So, I mean, I don't think he really understands what's going on around him.
Yeah. I remember I had one of my he was a third class petty officer. He had served in I think it was Afghanistan, but he said that a lot of what they were involved with was like getting the marijuana out because they get a lot of money for that, so they pay for a lot of weapons using that. But they basically said is like after they collected it all, it's like, what did you do with it? Oh, that we just tossed it. We just opened the bag and just tossed it at the side of the road. And I was like, can't they just reuse it after that? And he's like, yeah, I guess. He's like,
yeah, sure. Off topic, it wasn't until tonight that Smash tried his sauce, though it was kind of funny when he reacted to it. His stream had dropped frames, like it was so hot, even his internet can't handle it.
oh,
Why
wow.
would you not want to try the sauce that you're about to sell out to people, right? Smashy. I guess he's not. What, that one has ghost pepper, right? Or is it scorpion that they put in that one? Either way.
What's the hottest one? Carolina Reaper?
I think scorpion's the hottest now.
Okay. I thought Carolina
yeah,
Reaper was the hot.
I think it was at one point. Now we're off topic and I've got to go look.
We need to know for science.
This is the ADHD. This is the clip I got to cut out so I can start doing VODs again. What is the hottest? Oh, look at that second one. World's hottest pepper is Pepper X.
Pepper X.
Pepper X is what it's called. It has a heat level of 2.69 million Scoville heat units, with some individual peppers peaking 3 million. The pepper surpassed previous record holder like the Carolina Reaper, which averaged 1.6. Holy shit. That's a big jump.
It must have recently created it because it was, I've never heard of it. And I wonder if they just made a hybrid plant. And that's how they made it.
Yeah, that's probably what they do. It's with a lot of that stuff. We've been creating hybrids since, we started making plants.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Since we started growing plants. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I want to start my pepper garden this year.
Oh, make your own sauce?
Yeah, I don't know that I'll make my own sauce at first. I'm just starting out simple with like jalapenos because I like jalapenos and a lot of things. I like to pickle them, and then I may start doing hotter peppers because I do like stuff. I wouldn't mind making my own sauce, but I also want to get a whole garden, chickens, all of that stuff.
Ooh, you know what you should do? Get a get a whiskey and infuse whiskey with a little bit of pepper.
Oh, that'd be interesting. A little whiskey with some pepper. Ooh.
Yeah, have you ever done like wild turkey sting?
Wild turkey. I don't do a lot of drinking anymore.
Oh, okay, it's called wild turkey honey sting. So they got wild turkey honey, but they've also got one that just has a little bit of hint of pepper in it, and it's super great because of the spiciness and the sweetness of the honey. They go really well together.
I had an interesting thing. I had a girlfriend once. Her parents took us to like this really expensive restaurant. We're talking like it was $500 for everybody, right? And one of the plates that they brought out was ice cream taste. It was like a bunch of different ice creams. Well, one of them was vanilla with I want to say it was habanero pepper bit that was covered in chocolate inside of it. And man, that was really good because like you'd get the heat of the pepper, but then the vanilla would immediately like kind of cool it down. So you got all this flavor. It was really good.
Oh man, I want to try that now.
Yeah.
What was it called?
The restaurant was in a casino, so I don't know that it even had a name.
I mean, not the restaurant, but the confection.
I don't remember what they said. That was years ago. Me and her soon broke up after that.
Oh, gotcha. It was all the Pepper's fault. It was like, this was so good, and I disagree.
Yeah. Well, I think her parents were trying to do it to scare me off. Like, you can't provide this for our daughter. But me and her were already on the rocks anyway.
Gotcha.
So
on the rocks, I get it.
Yeah. See what I did there? I didn't even know it. Pepper X came out in 2023. Ed Curry has been crossbreeding plants to make hotter peppers for years. Ed Curry. I got to look up a place to get them. Peppers. Oh, yeah, the high Scoville peppers are extremely overrated. Carolina peppers half of the time just don't taste good. That's always been my argument with because I really like spicy food. Like I love Buffalo sauce, I love. Just about. I keep hot sauce available to me. I was told once by a buddy in the military that I was one of the brothers just because of me putting hot sauce on like everything, including chicken. But when it gets to like so hot that you can't taste anything, then it kind of becomes a problem. We did that YouTuber channel that does the peppers or does the hot sauces with like celebrities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and a friend bought some of there's a box you can buy and it's the show, right? And we made wings and we all went through it together. And after a certain point, it was just like some of them were even like terrible tasting, but it was really hot. There was one that was in the extreme. I don't remember what it was called, but it was hot, but it was like delicious. Like I wanted to take another bite, but I was burning.
Tearing up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep going though with Asmongold now that we got off on that rant.
Because if Twitch cares about their opinions, why don't they apply?
Hold on. Angry Canadian came in. How is your spice take for world cuisine? I haven't really had a lot of Thai. I like Korean spicy food though. I mean, I've only really had it in this kind of shop that came in. I forget what the name of it was. It's definitely a franchise, but it was a Korean franchise. They built the first one in there, had like boba and then other stuff, but man, the Korean food in there was amazing.
Afghanistan.
So he's completely wrong here. It's not that they said they agree with Afghanistan opinions, it's that they disagree with the fact that you said that they shouldn't have any opinions or that you shouldn't care about their opinions. So like
because if Twitch cares about their opinions, why don't they apply Afghanistan's opinions to women?
That's not the argument. Like that's completely off base. Like that's not it's like saying like I care about all your opinion. Like I care about hearing what all your opinions are, but doesn't mean I agree with what they all are.
Yeah, it's trying to make it out like, oh, if an Iranian VTuber was on here and said the exact same thing, that Twitch would be like, oh, you're so based, you're so but yeah, it's just not even what the argument is. The argument's over TOS.
To women on Twitch. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? But everybody knows nobody gives a fuck about them. Nobody cares. I'm not sorry. I'm right. I said nothing wrong, and nothing I said was against the terms of service. Beyond that, do you even imagine a world where somebody that says that they don't care about what a fat American thinks about the Middle East, can you imagine that this person ever gets suspended?
Hassan didn't even say fat American. Like he didn't actually go after their like looks or their necessarily like their IQ. He didn't call them stupid or anything like that. He just said that they're like lost touch with reality, which I hate to say is true. But it's not the same. Like he's overstating what the arguments that they're saying is, when his is more degrading. He is trying to degrade them as a people.
Of course not.
He has some woke qualities, but he's nowhere near as woke as Francis. Francis was a socialist. This motherfucker is an American. And I think Americans are gross. Americans do not have a understanding of the world. Americifying anything is going to be bad. Americans have a very limited understanding of the universe.
And
yeah, that's like nothing of what you just said was in there. He didn't say fat Americans. You could say gross. Oh man, we're so hurt by the word gross. Yeah, I don't think gross goes against TOS.
So why am I getting suspended? It's more third worldist morality logic inversion that basically is being used to silence me for an entire week. That's the important part that I want to talk about here. It's because basically Twitch has a system where they say that your infractions or your bad actions expire within 1 year. Well, the last time I was suspended, well, we all remember the last time I was suspended, but that was in October 2024. I have not been suspended.
You ran it back a little bit to
whenever I walk in my own house. Somebody else asked
me
to walk in their house. They tell me to take off my shoes. I do it. I'm not
I love how Hassan thinks he's a world traveler. Yeah.
Not in my own house. I will follow Twitch's terms of service.
The problem with Hassan arguments, though, people who argue against Hassan, is it's really just Hassan bad, or some of the worst takes you can ever talk. Like the whole idea of he's a rich socialist. He doesn't even believe in what he talks about. Maybe he doesn't believe in it. Maybe he does. But just because you're in the society that you don't like doesn't mean you can't want it to change, right? Because there are people who want it to change in the opposite direction. People who want to be more open, like libertarians don't live in what we would call a libertarian society, but they're not going to move to somewhere that they consider libertarian. They're trying to change the world that they're in. You'd say that
Wargaming Dead. We live in a society.
We live in a society. How could I have not thought of that? Oh, he took his shoes off. I tell him to put it back on. Thank you, Jersey, for that.
Begrudgingly, and you guys will know that I absolutely do not agree with it, and these are my viewpoints, but I will follow the rules, and I have always taken a good faith effort to always follow the terms of service. If there's a dick that we show on stream, well, it must be that day of the week. And on top of that, they've complained to me about that too, by the way. And if I do that, I delete the VOD and I try to move past it and I apologize. I say, oops, guys, that's my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I don't actually ever intend to break the terms.
So he's admitting that he's had stuff that Twitch has come to him about in the background and said, hey, there's something wrong here. But I thought like this was out of nowhere. Twitch just banned him for a week for no reason. I don't know. That sounds a little weird.
Goldfish memory. It's his chat is goldfish memory, so they're not even going to worry about the consistency.
Yeah, true.
Would I ever do that? Why would I ever put myself in a position where I intentionally do something that I think would put my channel at risk? It's just stupid. Why would I ever do that? So the problem.
You've already done it. Like you just said it. You got banned last year. Oh.
That I have with this is that I think that I've made it, and considering the content of my, like my stream, I cover extremely edgy content. I talk about things like, I talk about the most politically charged, most extreme issues on a daily basis in plain English, just, as a matter of fact. And really, I think that in order to do that and not have a million bad clips.
I think it's a redundancy, by the way. The most extreme, the extreme already implies most. I think.
Well, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Been released about me. There's only 500,000. There's the reality that I do try a very good amount to try to control what I say, to make sure that what I say does not break the terms of service. And I try to say what I say with a degree of, I guess I'm thinking about what I'm saying, right? I'm not just, going extemporaneously right off the cuff. I mean, to an extent I am, but I'm editing it in my mind to make sure that I don't say anything that would get me in trouble on Twitch. So when I said this, I didn't think I said anything wrong. And by reading the TOS, I don't think the TOS says that I said anything wrong. And the reality is that if you applied the reason why I got suspended to anybody applying this same type of language against Westerners, against Americans, against anybody in a developed country, you know that not only would it not be banned, it would probably be celebrated. So I think this is a massive double standard. It's completely unfair.
I mean, if he really wanted to, get an own on Twitch, he could go find these clips of this happening, right? And show it. And be like, look, this guy said the same. The people have done that before with Twitch. Like, hey, I got banned for this, but this exact person on Twitch said it as well. Where's the double standard? It usually doesn't work because they're a smaller channel. And Twitch is incredibly inconsistent. But you could show the difference. And, I mean, you tried with the Hassan clip, probably the mildest Hassan clip I've ever seen. So if that was your big dig, maybe you didn't see what you're talking about. The thing about this video that stood out to me most is when he says that what he says is nowhere near as bad as what he thinks. I don't. Here's the thing with Asmon. I don't think he really does think. Like, I think he understands how to manipulate his audience. Even then, I don't think that. I think it's the audience that manipulates him, right?
I wonder how much like other people like are talking to him and giving advice, and whether he's following that advice too.
Yeah, I wonder about that too. Because I mean, if you look at him and Tectone, a lot of these people are getting ostracized from the communities they were in. This is starting to become like a real thing where people are just like, all right, we're separating our brand, we're separating our friendship, we can't keep doing this over and over again with clip after clip of the things that he just says that are complete made up fantasies and lies. That might be another reason he's crashing out. Now it's literally just him and his audience.
I was unfairly targeted. I'm not sorry for any of it. And I'll be waiting for Twitch's apology for unbanning me. And if it takes them a couple of days, that's fine. If it takes them an entire week, I guess I'll have to finish Crimson Desert. But the reality is that I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I regret nothing. And according to their own rules, I also did nothing wrong.
I was a good boy.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
I didn't do nothing.
Oh, boss, that wasn't me. That wasn't me, boss. I didn't do that.
That wasn't mine.
That wasn't mine. That was Hassan. Hassan did this. You're right, Red State. Switch is not gonna apologize. It'll just be 7 days. And like I said, he just sounds like a drug addict who is about to not get his fix. Like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Please, 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 Twitch, let me back on so I can talk.
Wrong. So all this put into context, that's pretty much where things stand. That's where we're at.
You said that. I just realized that. So this is the thing they all do. And just so he was interviewing DSP not too long ago. He's doing the exact same thing DSP is doing, or has done for years. So please don't ban me. Please don't ban me.
The difference is he's just rich and he needs the attention, where DSP is trying to pay his bills.
Yes.
Oh, and buy stuff on that WWE game.
Yeah, I mean, it's still an addiction though.
You're right. Both are an addiction. I mean, I understand it, even doing the small little bit that I've done on here. Just because, like, having people at first it was boring. I'm playing by myself. I'm trying to talk to myself. But now that I have guys that watch me, even though it's a small amount, right? We got 10 watching now. You can get, like, I can see where people get, like, the dopamine hits from it. You have to be careful. Like, you have to still be a person.
Oh yeah.
But this is what happens.
I made the joke about like the immaterium and the psyker powers, but I think there is some truth to that too. Or it's like, I guess if you have that many people watching you, there might be something in you that's like, now I can really talk about what I feel like, and have all these people listen to me talk, and then my psychic influence. Yeah, their psychic influences me, and my influence them, and now,
yeah. I mean, and I think YouTubers and streamers and all that have that in their head that they can change the world. When, like, the vast majority of YouTubers no one knows who they are. Like, even Asmongold. If I were to go to my parents, or even I was talking about a subject that I was talking about on here to my friends who they're in their 30s to 40s. And I was like, talking about something Asmongold said. We were having a conversation. They're like, who the fuck is Asmongold? Right? He's more mainstream now than he's ever been, but not a lot of people outside probably the younger generation know who he is.
Wait, I mean, I'm also guessing, like, your parents are boomers, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, my mom only within the last, I think, year or so found out what furries are.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I don't think my mom still knows what furries are, but she's like she's living in a time even before, but she never got computers. But yeah, it's a whole different world of the internet from real life, especially with like the average American, I would say.
Yeah.
Now it is becoming more like you're seeing VTubers at fucking baseball games and other shit like that. Furry communities coming out in the open. I'm waiting for the phase where I've probably already said this on stream. Furries start like getting extreme plastic surgeries to become persona.
Like that one guy, I saw that one guy with put the whiskers in his cheeks and stuff. That was weird.
Yeah. I could see that like as medical procedures get better, like once we get rid of AI and it stops killing people, we'll see more people getting extreme surgeries. Boom, boom, boom. All right. He's got a few.
I'm not really stressed out about this. Honestly, I'm kind of excited. I feel like we've been in.
He's super stressed out about this.
A little bit of a lull period, right?
Well, I guess his hair has always been like that, but yeah, his hair looks awful.
Yeah. His yeah, he looks like like if he were walking down the street, like my wife would probably grab her purse a little closer. Right?
Yeah. And he's like, I actually have more money than you'll ever have.
Yeah, right. Like someone would throw him $1 and not realize he's a multi-millionaire.
I've been trying to do like, I'll do the ban appeals, I'll do like the Jesus game, right? And, all that. And I'll be honest, what really spurred me to make a comment about it last night is that I saw on Reddit, people thought that I got banned for showing a horse's dick on stream. And I was like, this is the stupidest narrative. I have to correct this because it's so ridiculous. I don't want people to believe this. People are also saying I got banned for playing the Jesus game. I don't know. Maybe that was the reason. Maybe there's an enlightened Reddit atheist in the moderation team. But that's the reason they gave me. They said hateful conduct for 1 week. I put in my appeal. Hopefully I'll get it approved.
Reddit said insane shit, so he had to talk about it. Oh, man.
I don't believe him. I don't believe that at all. But doesn't that also go against the whole IQ argument too? It's like, oh, these people heard something stupid, so I need to correct the record. So it's like, well, were they not high IQ enough to understand what was going on?
Right. You had to explain to them what you said and why it's stupid. Yeah. What music does everybody listen to? Currently, I tend to be hearing a lot of K-pop demon hunters because my son likes the music so much. But I mostly listen to what my kids listen to.
Yeah, I've just been listening to chill hop and vaporwave.
Yeah, I listen to more audiobooks than I listen to everything else.
Yeah.
I did nothing wrong. I apologize for nothing. I said nothing wrong. The clip is shown. Millions of people, not millions, many people say a lot of things that are a lot worse than what I say, and nothing ever happens to them. And I think it was totally unfair that something happened to me. All that being said, I recognize if that's what Twitch doesn't want me to say, I won't say it. Just please explain the vocabulary.
I want to play that song. Like, how could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
But Daddy Twitch. Our brother Hassan, he said this. Why am I getting punished? I can picture him though, just like sitting in his room, just playing and repeat, crying. Holding a screenshot of his Twitch numbers.
Vocabulary I'm not supposed to use, and I won't use that vocabulary. I'll just think it. So anyway, thank you guys all very much for watching. I really appreciate everybody's support. I know a lot of you guys have been on Twitter and everything. You guys can share.
I'll just think it. Yeah. And it's like, why even say that? Like, who cares what you think? I mean, if your thoughts are like, I don't know, I think I'm going to skin somebody, maybe we need to know that, but you should probably talk to a therapist first. But I don't care if you think about saying the N-word. Twitch cares if you say the N-word.
Yeah. Imagine that. Don't think about it.
The thought police.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an old dig. That's an old reference he's using there to the thought police.
Or Biden, that think about what you think about.
God, I miss Biden clips.
Yeah.
Biden clips, Bush clips. Trump is just even Trump first presidency clips were pretty good. Now though, it's not even memeable anymore. Twitch just needs to ban him and Hassan and get it over with. Yeah, but here's the thing, like, they won't ban him because it'll look really bad on them. And they won't ban Hassan because Hassan he doesn't bring in money anymore. Holy shit. They don't pay for political content anymore. So that was like a big, there's no ads for political content. So the only thing that Hassan would make is bits and, well, I guess it's the ads they don't get. So he probably still gets bits and like subscribers. Ban political content at this point. I mean, we just need a dark little room to put political content in because it's so fucking brain rot. He makes his money off of subscribers. Yeah, that's what I figured. But I think the monetization of political online discourse has ruined political discourse, because if there wasn't, like, if he wasn't getting money from subscribers because he's a political streamer, he probably wouldn't say the things that, and this goes for Hassan and Asmongold. They probably wouldn't be putting any fight to it. At that point, you would have the only people you would have are the people that actually believe in what they're saying.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where they're everybody's opinion. I think that's is what lends itself to the grift, is like everybody's opinion is for sale. It's like I'll say whatever political thing I can, I have to say just to get paid. You ever heard of the journalist, young journalist named is it? I think it's Harry Sisson.
The name sounds familiar, but no.
Yeah, Harry Sisson, TikTok journalist or TikTok influencer. Was asked to campaign for Biden and Harris, and he did. And I think someone confronted him saying, "Do you know anything about what they stand for?" Yada yada yada. And he's like, "No, not really." It's like it was. Okay. So it's like so you're campaigning for them, and you don't have any idea what this all means. They're like, "No, I'm getting paid." So it's like, what do I care what the politics are?
Yeah, right. It's just about making a living at that point, or making a good living, right? I can pay for more things. It's the problem I have with, like, we're getting a little political here, but like the super PACs and shit like that, where now we have entire corporations that have never paid money into super PACs paying in, like Nvidia. Yeah, you got to defund all of political streamers. Meme culture bleeding its way into politics made it a shit show. It takes me back to when politics were boring. Take me back to politics were boring. I agree. I can agree with that. Like it's APAC. I when I was younger, I think it's funny. Like it reads, like, the memes and the edgy stuff all reads to a younger audience. So it's really easy for politicians to go in and say, "Hey, I need people to appeal to these people." And you start seeing, like, political memes and all this other stuff start spreading around the internet. But then when we get to the point where the White House is constantly memeing, I'm like, this is my government. This is who runs my country. And they're memeing about, bombing other countries and shit. But We're probably not going to watch the Rev video because I don't think.
Hey,
we're
what's up,
gonna
guys?
have
Riff
time.
here.
Well, it's only 16 minutes, but it'll take me an hour to get through it. What we are going to watch was this little cartoon because it's a couple minutes long, 3 minutes long, called Asmongold Schizoid. Yeah, that's a problem too I have, is that no, why not? Is it TOS? Here we go.
Adam Schizoid.
Oh, he said no ref, thank God.
I'm curious what Rev said, but let's finish.
Yeah.
Java tunes.
Are most poised to dislike it, and I gave it a more than favorable review. Meanwhile, you're sitting around virtue signaling, talking about how I'm a bad person, and you never even played it. Pathetic, bro.
I'm gonna say it again. If you want to make a video game and you have a female protagonist and you want guys to play it,
You better have huge fucking tits or a big ass, and hopefully both.
and if you don't have those two things, you're not making a game for your audience.
You told us that this is not the way it is.
It's got 1,000 players. They're probably not going to make their money back on the game. They're going to lose the studio, and then they're going to be out of a job. You want to cry about that, get mad, shit all over yourself, go ahead. But it's not going to change reality.
And people don't hate me.
So it's just like a submarine.
Surprised that somebody wants to play someone who's attractive and visually appealing. No, they're just hypocrites? No, well, it's people, a lot of people say and they think that they want something, but they actually don't want that, or they want the opposite. This happens all the time. The idea that men are like the ones that are sexual and girls are not, absolutely not true. You're underselling how perverted men can get. You've been on the internet long enough, you should know this.
They're all the bots and the people spreading all the stuff around X. That's because he was showing like the ICE officers beating someone.
Oh, it's like Lex Luthor with his monkeys.
Yes.
The Super
very
movie.
much.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm not underselling it. I'm saying that girls can match that energy. They're mad at me. They're unhappy. Oh my God. I can't believe he's saying this. Oh, wait, that's it. There it is.
Oh my God. I don't know if this is real or not. Yeah, that's it. Oh, bro. Nobody has any idea. Here we go.
This is what we wanted.
I will say I'm disappointed. There's not enough. Oh, okay. There's the roach. Never mind. Proven wrong immediately.
Say the fucking N-word, but you guys are so fucking brain dead that you know a streamer and his fucking relationships better than his fucking friends that he interacts with in private.
Part 2 coming soon. 3 days ago. Yes. Oh, that's funny. We're gonna have to watch the next one that comes out. Oh no. We've already talked about you. That was pretty good. Yep, Hassan in it. The Hassan Asmon loop. It's just crazy. Oh. Yeah.
I was wondering.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was wondering whether or not Twitch does has other alternative motives behind doing this. Like, Asmongold's getting a little too popular. Let's take him down a peg, just because he's like, oh, I've said other things that are a lot worse than this, or all this stuff. It's like, yeah, well, maybe just Twitch didn't want to do anything at that point, and then they're like, yeah, let's just have him, kiss the ring, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see something like that. Like, I don't like I said, Twitch is so inconsistent. We all know how progressive they tend to be with a lot of their takes and things like that. The kind of stuff that gets banned. So I can see like they've been waiting for a moment maybe to do it. Like they don't want to outright ban him off the platform. That'll just be terrible for them, right? But they don't want to make it seem like they're okay with his opinions because they're different. So yeah, I definitely believe that there's something like that going on in some sense. So I mean, I can give him that Twitch is nuts, but he also has to realize he is breaking TOS, right?
Yeah, the Twitch CEO, Dan Clancy, he's particularly kind of nutso.
Yeah. And probably a sex pest. Allegedly.
I believe it, yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff that was leaked about him, yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta look at this thing that Damage just said. I just realized J Viper's banner is, and I just can't. AI slopped Damage. Let's see. X.
I dig the AI slop.
I don't think I don't think there's anything wrong with some of it, right? If you want to do AI slop, by all means do AI slop. I think it's overplayed in all of the ways that it's I think the problem with AI is what we have is not true AI in any term of the fashion, and it's causing problems. It's also we don't have the energy to run what they want us to run. There's so many issues with it that I don't think we're at that level that we should be trying to make this super AI. If you want to make silly pictures, sure. No genes.
Silly cartoons.
Yeah, silly cartoons. All of them, though, I can't say, like, there's always something that like, you can just tell that it's AI. Like, I've never seen, like, the problem I have with a lot of AI is I was looking at there's a little bear guy who says he's a veteran, and I believe he was a veteran, but I also believe he upplayed. Like, he said that a 6-year-old shot an RPG at him. Which, yeah. He had one, and you look at the AI picture that he made in the uniform, and then you go down to like the patches, and it's just swirls. It's artifacts. And I was like, if I want something that I'm going to put on my channel, I want the detail there, and that's where some AI absolutely misses, right? That's where a lot of AI misses. Oh God, J Viper has great genes. This dude's so pathetic. He has me blocked.
I think he seems to just does he have a humiliation fetish?
I think he does. He's also just a mouthpiece for Smash JT, pretty much. Like, he doesn't have any opinions on his own. He just says the same opinions over again. And then he pretends he's a journalist that has, like, back-end connections. Like, around a lot of the Yotai stuff, he's like, I predicted that would be the numbers, but he had said, like, his prediction had been somewhere between, like, 2 million and 8 million. And it's like, well, I mean, when you spread
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. If you spread the net so wide, you're probably going to be right. And I asked him to give me sources. Like, where are your sources? Where are you getting this information from? And he won't. So, you know, one thing that is great about whenever you get monetized on your channel is opening up YouTube channel membership badges and emotes for the chat and comments. Yeah, that's kind of my goal for this year. I kind of killed my channel because I was gone for 3 weeks, but now we're going to get doing things regularly. I'm working with someone in the background to do more VODs of my channel. and get those put up and clipped out. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I definitely want to at least reach 500, though Egad said he wants me to reach like 1K.
Wait, 1K is the well, is it 500 now, or is it 1K where you have to reach just to get monetized and all that?
No, it's 500, and you have to have so many hours of watch time for it.
Okay.
I forget what the hours are like pretty easy to hit. I was, even with my small channel, I was like over halfway there. Probably not at this moment because I've had the drop off, but I knew that was going to happen, right?
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Got it. Yeah, what I went to was important because once you get monetized, I'm going to join and become a member. I appreciate it, Clay. I thank you for coming by and watching. If you haven't yet, like the stream, guys. Don't. Then
we'll accuse you of grifting and being a shill after that too.
Oh man, I was talking with Simon, and he had mentioned like naming my followers the war pigs, and I was like, well, I was like, I don't like while I will talk about my military career, I don't want to like make my whole personality my military career. And we were talking about that other guy. He calls his the war bears or whatever. So I was like, I'd much rather call like my fans the pay pigs.
Yeah. Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah. I got a good question for a topic, but I don't know how much longer you're going to be on. I've only got about 4 minutes. Put it into Feed the Pig, and we can go over it on Friday if it piques my interest. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm streaming until like I sit down to start getting ready for stream. But yeah, if you like the channel, don't forget to like it on the way out. Definitely subscribe so I can get monetized and I can start calling you all my little pay pigs. And if you have any subjects like Clay, who just came in here, that you want me to talk about or you think that would be interesting, you can go down to the description. You'll see my Discord there, and I have a section called Feed the Pig where you can feed me all the slop that I could enjoy. Yeah, see, here's the thing, like, I don't necessarily care if I get monetized. I would like to get monetized just for the pure fact that I would like for it to pay for some of my things that I like to talk about on channel, especially like games and stuff like that, because then it's like my hobby is paying for itself, right? But anyway, guys, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you all for coming by. I will see you guys on Friday.
Oh, thanks for having me.